Okay. So last week you guys finished up your aggressive negotiations with these cultists here. You are surrounded by the still cooling bodies of the slain. Uh, but before most of you came down here, you left a few people behind. Uh, Aerith and your new young charges that you have recruited to your cause. Um, and we promised that we would focus on that a little bit. So let's go ahead and move over into the market up here. So Aerith, you've been waiting with the kids and Doug, who has the barrel of oranges, I believe, was it
Yes.
right? It was Doug.
Yeah.
Um, in the cart, and it's been pretty quiet. Um, the market seems to be basically clear of people, which is a little bit strange, because a it's a hot day, but it's not like a super hot day like it has been uh, for the past week or so. Um, so there should be people around, but you haven't seen anybody so far, and you've just been sitting in the cart. And Gabriel is swinging his legs, bouncing up and down like a young kid is wont to do. And he just says, "I'm bored."
Hey, me too, young master. Um, there's a couple options. Um, we could, cause they've only been gone for like 20 minutes, right? Or is this just
Uh,
the beginning?
Guys, I'm gonna
yeah.
call be right back.
Oh, no worries. Uh, Perfect timing, actually. Um, so yeah, it's been like 20 minutes since they went down. Since everybody minus uh, Nenelus Toctum went down into the sewers to rescue your uh,
Rescue
erstwhile
Nettalis.
ally. Yeah. So you've been up here waiting, and you haven't heard anything from them. Uh, but it's been very quiet so far.
She would have been telling them stories and like
Hmm.
talking and trying to like learn about their interests and stuff. But she is a little nervous by the
Hmm.
fact that there is no one.
Hmm.
So she would be talking to them, telling them stories while also just sort of keeping one eye out of the not
Hmm.
pulling the curtain back in any manner, but
Hmm.
just sort of being aware.
Yeah, keeping an eye out.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So as you're talking and as you're kind of trying to keep Gabriel entertained, Julianne has pulled out a book and is just reading her book quietly. Um, you spot men on horses approaching, and they appear to be armored and heavily armed.
Um, I have a question that might be important in a moment. Does this carriage? I know we sort of. Oh dear. I know that man. Do we? Does this carriage? Because most medieval style carriages of this sort have what they call the stowaway compartment or the
Mhm.
hat compartment. Would this carriage have that? It's where the I don't know if you know what that is. I don't want to.
I do not. I think I can guess.
Yeah, it's the seats. The seats, the way they are built, they are hollow. It
Uh-huh.
makes it lighter for travel. So it's not
Right.
just solid. So are the seat? Would I know? Because I've been in this carriage for a while. Would I know? And I watched it be built.
You
Would I
did
know if
watch it
there
be
was?
built. Yes, you would know, and I'm gonna say that if that was a standard feature of carriages of similar real life time periods, then I mean, it sounds reasonable to me that the explanation that you gave, and I have no reason to disbelieve you. I'm gonna say that it does.
I I would even hazard to say that if we were building this with the intent of espionage stuff,
it would have even like better hidden compartments than a standard carriage. So just didn't we roll a
Yeah.
20 when making this shit?
You rolled a 20 on your disguise check, so it
Okay.
is impeccably uh, heralded and I'm forgetting the word. It is impeccably decorated
Yeah.
as a carriage bearing a prominent member of House Dumont, uh, and
But yeah, I would
All I
yeah,
definitely
know,
but
persistence would definitely want this thing to
yeah,
be
and
like,
no matter what,
yeah.
don't talk to the guy. Don't talk about the guy. Not allowed. So,
don't talk to
that's my
cops.
one
Yeah.
joke.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about his name. The joke is that his name is Bruno.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
double
okay.
layer joke. Don't talk to the police, and we don't talk about Bruno.
exactly. Yes.
But yeah, persistence probably would have asked for even like if they were
Okay.
building it to specifications,
Yeah.
just in case we needed to smuggle in a few barrels of gunpowder and a fuse.
Yeah. So that all sounds reasonable to me. So I'm gonna say that you do have the regular smuggling compartments, and then you also have uh, actual like smuggling compartments that somebody who is not necessarily uh, like just casually looking into your car is gonna know about.
All right. She as she watches these two, like these three riders ride up, she's like, "All right, folks. Gabriel, Julian, um, we're gonna play a little game. All right. I need you to hide. Just for a moment. It'll be all right. But the game is, yeah, is to hide. Um,
Um,
Game
you
is
take
called
a
A
look.
Cab.
uh, Julianne looks up from her book and says, "No thanks. I don't really want to play
All
hide
right,
and
it's
seek."
not a game. Get in the fucking compartment.
What?
Listen, get in the compartment. I promise you it's for your own good, and I realize you're 16 and full of vim and vigor, but get in the fucking compartment, please.
Favor.
Make a persuasion check.
I don't have that.
By the power of Keelandi, I will smite you.
Ugh! I told her I didn't have it.
Hey, lady, we joined up with you for adventure, not hiding in like your trunk. What do you? What? It's not like you're kidnapping us or something.
Right,
You're
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 right.
not, right?
I'm not. But would I recognize I wouldn't. I don't know his face. He didn't give us photos. He just gave us names, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
So would I recognize the lead writer as the one who is not a fan of their father?
Uh, you had a meeting with all of the other captains. So you could, by process of elimination, deduce that this is in fact Bruno. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's put it this way, Julian. I'm gonna treat you like an adult because that's what you are. But that man out there, if you look, but not like, don't pull the curtain all the way. Um,
She kind of glances at it and she's like, "Oh, Captain Rodier?
I
What's wrong with him?
He's a
He
really
works
nice
for
man,
he works for
right?
my dad. Yeah. Like, what are you so afraid of?"
It's not necessarily afraid. I just don't want any misunderstandings. Do you understand? Um, he doesn't know me, and I don't really know him. And it would be a little suspicious if you were just sitting in a cart with, me and I think it's Frederick back there, um, the undead one,
Yeah.
and then Doug over there. Um,
I had to
can
change the scene a
you
little bit since he's by a sewer.
can you understand sort of where that might be an issue?
Um, I mean, not really. I mean, don't you work for Lord Dumont?
I do, but let's just see. Hmm. You know what? It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. Don't
All
even
right.
worry.
She
Just
goes
read your
back
book.
to she goes back to reading her book.
It's fine.
Uh,
It's fine.
Gabriel is hiding in the back. He's like, "I'm gonna win."
Thank you. Of course you will.
You just hear that muffled through the boards. I guess. Where is the secret compartment? Is it in the floorboards or like in the back? Where is it?
um.
I
hmm.
don't know. I've never had to hide something in a car.
Sounds like it's under the seat.
Okay. So yeah. So you've got the kids. I guess one of them squared away.
The other one won't
You'll
listen, and she's 16, and I get it. And
Yep.
she doesn't understand espionage,
You
so
should.
it's
You
Well,
fine.
honestly, you
she
should
does.
have had disadvantage on that check. Let's all be fair.
You did so well.
Listen, I have a 10 charisma. She is supposed to be awkward. She is not a people person.
No, I know. I know.
Yeah. I mean, this will certainly be interesting. You're gonna have to role play pretty hard, I
I
think.
don't like it, but okay, let's go.
Um, so you see them approaching, and you see him spot the cart and start making making his way towards it. Him and the riders. What are you doing?
Panicking.
Okay. Do you have your helmet and everything on?
Yes, I do. She as
Okay.
soon as she saw as soon as she stopped talking to the kids,
Okay.
she would put the helmet on.
Okay.
Mm,
Uh, okay. Is there anything you would like to do in the 30 seconds or so before he gets to the car?
uh, she
Panic.
would panic.
A carriage.
You can take a full round to panic and still have plenty of time to do other things.
She's going to step out and turn back toward, speaking into the car. And she's like, "And what would you say do you want in the market, miss, again?" "Oh, all right. You stay here, and I'll fetch it for you." And she shuts the door and then turns to face them.
Okay. Bruno uh, claps up in front of you and then turns his horse sideways and looks down at you and says, "You there, guard. Is this the carriage of House Dumont?"
Um, she's so uncomfortable. um, I would know. She would know. I don't. Is there any customary greetings? What do we do? Oh
Uh,
no.
a salute would be in order.
She salutes. Aye, sir. That it would be.
We've gotten some interesting reports from the townsfolk. They said that some creature in House Dumont livery was terrorizing the town. You wouldn't have to know anything about that, would you?
I fucking hate you, Cell.
Damn you, Sel.
Now's your chance. Fucking stab him with the dagger. I should have made an offhand comment. Yeah, I left the poison in the thing with a dagger. That's labeled "stab the guy."
Stab the man. Um. Yeah. I know that one of our slaves was sent out for supplies. If he caused anyone any discontent, I am more than sorry, sir. We're actually here to collect him, but we just got here, and and she shuts up because she's not stupid, but
Mhm. So he kind of eyes the other undead creatures that you have around the cart. And he says, "Really now, I would expect Lord Dumont to be more careful with his possessions. It wouldn't do to cause a panic now, don't you agree? Especially in these trying times."
hey, sir. She's full sweating. in her
Yeah.
armor.
Yeah. It's also pretty hot out.
Fine, everything is fine.
Let me look. I wrote down how hot it is. It's currently 90 degrees out, and you're in full armor with the hat on.
That's
Yeah, but
totally
Covering all of
fine.
your
she's
skin.
also made of water.
That is true.
Water can get hot.
Water can get hot.
What is the boiling point of a humanoid?
What is the
I would,
boiling point of a water genasi?
I would assume the same as
The
water.
boiling point of a water.
So he looks down at you and he says, "Is your master in that cart? I would like to have some words with him about the proper etiquette and containment of his creature."
No, no, sir. The master's currently out. I was sent to collect. Oh God.
Is everything all right there?
I, yes, sir. Of course, sir. I was just, it's the first time away from home, and I get a little nervous. I'm sorry, sir.
Make a deception check.
It's not false.
It's not your first time away from home. You
Oh,
are
that's
a
true.
traveler.
That's true.
That is
Oh, stop. She's not good at any of this. She's not built for this. See?
let's see. Let me get his stat block up.
Oh, okay. Last week it was persistence. This week it's Aerith.
Insight plus 13.
1v1.
Yep, that's
Plus 13. That's pretty high.
yeah.
You need to be a pretty high CR monster. He's not that perceptive, but he does notice something is off. He looks down at you and he says, what does he say? It's
My apologies, ma'am. Have a nice day. There you go. Helped you with that.
Oh, thanks. She breathes a sigh of relief and heads back into the cart.
no, that's definitely not what he says. Do you have your papers for these undead constructs? Your registration papers. Can I see them?
Those would be with the master, sir.
Hmm. That is inconvenient.
Aye. So it appears, sir.
And where is your master currently?
She doesn't know this town.
No, you do. We went into the sewer. We told you where we were going.
Oh,
Also, since Doug only listens to me and I left him at the sewer grate, he's standing right next to it.
that's true. The master and a bit of his retinue, made their way into that sewer there, sir, looking for the slave in question.
Lord Dumont lowered himself
Oh,
to
God.
travel in the sewers? These are interesting times indeed.
That's what I
God
thought, sir.
damn it! God damn it! I hate you, Sal. It's all your fault.
I love being Loki the trickster.
Listen.
I have
listen.
responses, but I'm not whispering them to Vagabond. I want to.
Loki tricking the giant into making a wall. Loki having to convince the horse to stop doing it.
We are nailing you
Mhm.
to a fucking tree.
It'd be that way sometimes. It's fine.
I'll learn my lesson
Tying him
after a
up.
few decades.
Listen.
At least I'll say I will.
Yeah, he'll be better next week, I promise.
We are
Listening.
gonna Inuyasha you until we can get you a necklace.
I forgot what happened to
Sit
Inuyasha,
boy.
but I believe something happened to him.
Got nailed to a tree.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Am I gonna get a love interest?
No.
You're gonna be lucky to breathe after this.
I don't think he needs to breathe.
Yeah, I will find a Keolani will resurrect him to kill
That'd be
him.
impossible.
True resurrection.
I don't know about that one.
I'm killing myself.
The
I mean, the
time
target.
limit's a little bit up on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Those things only work for a week.
So he's gonna look over at the grate, and he's gonna look at his men. He says, "Well, if Lord Dumont needs help, is having trouble with his pet, then we are duty bound to assist him. Come on, men. Let's get
You call
into
this a
the
problem? This is
sewers."
working out great. We can even frame it.
Surprisingly enough, this is what I wanted Aerith to do. So okay, good job. Good job.
It was awkward and weird, but we got there. But she's also awkward and weird, so it's
Hey,
fine.
just like junior prom.
Listen, she's not built to talk to people.
Mhm.
She's supposed to bring rain and stuff.
Bring the thunder. Yeah.
It's a pretty hot day. You should start the rain while we're in the sewers.
That was
Flood the
my
sewers.
original game plan. If you guys came out before this this horrible thing has happened to me, that she was just gonna like dump water on you as you were leaving the sewers, cause like gross.
So he's gonna look over at the rider to his left, and he's gonna say, "You, uh, stay here, and make sure that nobody disturbs Lord Dumont's uh, carriage here." And um, then he'll look over at his other companion and says, "Ride back to the barracks and get a squad of men. We're gonna search the sewers. I'll follow down through this entrance. Organize a more thorough search with the men." And they both salute him. And this guy is gonna lead his horse over to here and hitch it on this post, and then sit down right here and watch you. This guy is gonna ride off this way, and he's going to bring his horse over here. He's gonna dismount and tie his horse to there, so he'll be smaller now.
But he still has the horse.
But he still has a horse. He puts his horse in his horse pocket.
Mm.
He pulls out his broom and a stick, the horse head on the end. He gets down, gets gone and do it.
And he nods to Aerith, and
salute.
is going to go down into the tunnels. So Aerith has escaped more scrutiny for now.
As soon as he's in the tunnels,
Mhm.
how far is that man who rode off to get help?
The one who rode off to get help?
Yep.
I mean, probably a couple 100 feet away at this point.
Beans. Okay. Never mind.
Killed this man in public with
Yeah.
a lightning bolt.
So he'd have several rounds of riding while
Yeah.
Bruno ties up his horse and then
It's
walks over into
forever
the
to leave.
sewers. Yeah.
So I don't want him to get help, but also
I'd
there's
be
nothing
pretty
I can do.
impressed by this gentleman. He's like willing to go in the sewers for you. I was like, wow.
But yeah, he goes down into the sewers. So we will flash back over to the rest of the party in the sewers.
I would probably motion for Elijah to follow me for like backup as I go down this
Mhm.
tunnel.
I pull
Okay.
out my plump rat. Are you okay, my little one? Give it scritches.
The rat squeaks. It's very cute.
Follow everyone else as I hold the rat.
Okay.
Hmm.
She didn't give me her name, did she?
Yeah, she did. Maxine Bloodworth.
Yeah, at least we overheard it whenever the other guy was giving her orders.
Maxine, come out. We have much to discuss, and your previous employers are dead.
She is going.
Minsk, if you can, I would, if Minsk would have started to follow us, I would have turned to Minsk and say, "Do you take care of the slaves? See if there are any more to free. I leave that to you."
Da, kamrat.
So, you wouldn't be with
Okay.
yeah.
She motions you over and says, "Yes, I'm over here.
But Jacques would
Shall
probably
we
be over
sit?"
there.
Sure. And he sits on the throne and motions her out.
You can see she kind of rolls her eyes a little bit, but she comes over here. Says, "Well, I see that you came out of that relatively unscathed. I'm impressed."
Relatively speaking. So what? You didn't join in with them. I assume that you are not also fueled by abyssal magics.
Oh no, I wouldn't touch the stuff. I'm a necromancer through and through. Uh, here's my card, and she gives you like a little business card. That's Maxine Bloodworth, Necroquestrian Acquisitions Specialist.
Good. That spared your life today. Because I will tell you this now, if I would have known that they were under demonic sway, I would have killed them immediately and not even tried to reason with them. I'm interested in your talents. How many of those bodies in the other room do you think you could get back on their feet?
Oh, all of them for the right price.
Well, let's just say that currently the right price is your continued survival, and we will work from there.
Hmm.
But there is the possibility of actual payment in the future. I just need to evaluate your skills first, and I am not going to pay for that.
I see. Well, uh, I am in the market for more parts, so if I were to claim their bodies and take them anyway, I would want to animate. I would want to animate them to help with the job. So, I think we can
Yes. And
be
yes.
uh, amenable.
And I hope it's also a
Amenable.
show of my own good faith for your continued safety, but if you can do that and exercise your powers, you will feel not as threatened, but if you can't, then you're useless to me regardless. So I believe that's a good way to start these negotiations in earnest.
I see. Very well. Follow me.
Yep.
Uh,
Did I believe her about the demonic thing?
make an insight check. Yeah. I mean, she certainly doesn't appear to have
Yeah,
any
she didn't.
demonic accoutrement.
Yeah, she didn't join in the fight, so that's
Yeah.
persistence.
She didn't. She wasn't consumed by bloodlust.
Yeah, and she
Uh,
left instead of helping them, so I don't really sense
Yeah.
much loyalty.
She. So she walks out into the room and says, "Oh dear, what a mess. All right, well,
Yes.
come on, up and at 'em." And she snaps her fingers, and 5 of the bodies stand up, minus their flesh. Actually, she can make zombies anyway, so we'll do that. Here we go. Human zombie. Yes. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that'll be that one, that one. And Morin, for good measure, will be a zombie as well.
Ah, good. Okay, so you are useful. It's good to know. Definitely influence these discussions. Now, I bid you to answer me honestly with this. Are you a citizen of Alvarez? Or are you a immigrant?
She looks at you and says, "If you'll forgive me, I've indulged you uh, a little bit. Uh, I think that an answer for an answer is a reasonable way to move forward, don't you?"
Depends on what you wish to ask. I'm
Hmm.
feeling a bit peeved at the inability of the people that you associated with to have a civil discussion. I'm trying to be very polite, you see.
Yes. Well, I can see how that might be the case. They ever were a chaotic lot, but they had their uses.
And yet you associated with them for a while. So forgive my presumptuousness, but you do have an uphill battle in this negotiation.
Hmm. Well,
I will
you
try
see
to be
what?
reasonable, but you
Uh,
can see.
Please, I'm a businesswoman, and they provided a very useful service to me, namely a steady supply of body parts for use in necroequestrian projects with no questions asked.
Fair enough, fair enough. So yes, I'll let you one question, although I do reserve the right to not answer if any of them are too piercing.
Hmm.
I must keep my station in mind, you see.
Uh, of course, of course. So, first question: why do you care so much about their uh, demonic influence? I've never known the Alvarez to hold a particular hatred of demons over any other kind of fiend. They're too wrapped up in their own celestial ambitions, let's say.
Ah, it is not a matter of Alvarez policy, but one of personal policy. In exchange for certain gifts and powers, I have made personal oaths. You will not see them amongst the rank and file, or even of the majority noble houses. It is a personal thing of mine.
I see. Well, then, to answer your question, yes, I am a citizen of the Empire, but like most people, it's just where I live, you know?
So you're telling me that you hold no particular love for it? No patriotism?
Hmm. I mean, there's certainly many good business opportunities within the Empire, uh, and I pay my taxes and all that. Uh, but working for the nobility of the Empire, as I do so closely, uh, it is somewhat disillusioning, which makes you particularly interesting.
Hmm. So, hmm, I see that you've already consorted with those that work beneath the noses and official oversight of the Alvarez of the Empire. Although, correct me if I'm wrong, I wasn't aware that is the mayor aware of this operation? Do they allow it to persist, or was this done illicitly?
Oh, the mayor has no idea.
That does not surprise me. They don't seem the most competent sort. What if what if I were to tell you that because of this we were going to uh, kill the mayor and replace them, just hypothetically, for this transgression? Would you feel any loyalty to them? To protect them or speak out that this was not their fault?
I mean, the only question I would ask is, could I have his corpse?
Fair enough. What about his? Would you also care for the corpses of his family, his wife, his children, his retainers?
I mean, if they're going to die anyway, might as well make use of them.
Fair. Okay. Leaves your turn if you wish to ask another question.
Real fast before we delve into more question land.
Yeah.
As soon as Bruno would left, sorry, I just remembered this, and I wandered off to get water. Um, as soon as she got back into the cart, she would cast sending to Jacques.
Okay. We'll get to that when we catch up in the timeline. I haven't quite tracked it that closely, but I imagine it will be very soon. So she's going to look at you and say, "What manner of creature is that?" And she'll point to Tantalus. "I've never encountered its like."
Ah, that is something raised with very old magic that came into more stable existence just a short while ago. We are still testing the extents of its power, but it is a undead that can create more undead. Is I believe something that would catch your interest.
It's been quite a week.
Persistence doesn't believe that, and he's trying to not actually lie. So
I'm sitting cross-legged on the ground, playing with my rat.
yeah. But we
Uh,
sent it to do some errands, and that was a mistake and lapse in judgment that I am not soon likely to repeat.
I see. It is
Are you
quite
not happy
fascinating.
with what I found? Look at this little thing.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
It's adorable.
As long as
Also,
you
I got this vial of stuff. Elijah, you wanted this, right?
Yes, as long as you got everything that was on the list. I saw that you at least got the oranges. Thank you very much. But yes,
They're very cheap.
that's good to know. Thank you, Nenalus.
Pet
It has a
ground.
name.
It has a few.
Hmm. It is most fascinating. I would love a chance to study it in further detail if you would allow it.
Oh, I can give you the chance to collaborate with it if that's your interest.
Hmm. Yes, I think it is.
Good.
Dumont, do you speak true? I do like her.
I assumed that you would. So, here's the deal that I propose to you. The mayor is currently working for me on a special assignment. You are to assist him with this. You have all these resources at your disposal to do so. If you can keep an eye on them for me, act as my agent in completing the task I gave them, then I will give you not only access to this one for collaboration, but a plethora of bodies for you to use to create the most wondrous machines of war.
Oh, I do love a challenge. Well, what do you intend to use these machines of war for? I mean, I suppose there is that rebellion going on in Kaime, but surely that will be crushed soon enough. The Empire would never allow such a rabble to grow into any sort of real threat.
And looks at her and is like, and what if they did? What if the Empire was fraying at the edges? What if it was coming apart beneath your feet and there was opportunity for new leadership?
We scapegoating House Dumont and they don't know about this?
At least if this person talks, then yeah, they're gonna say that House Dumont is the one fomenting the rebellion,
I
which
I can
is
imagine Elijah would be very happy if his family was
Like
executed
you
by the
got
crown.
Lev.
yeah.
Lev, look! You got your false flag operation.
I'm fucking aware. Thank you, Rack. I'm glad you could point that out to me.
And shots in the background. It's like,
I mean, I guess it does depend on how loyal this person is.
I mean, the
It's
top
it's
of the
got
food chain? Fairly. But once again, Alvarez are paranoid little bastards, so they might try to fight the family anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And House Dumont would put up a significant resistance.
Yeah.
Elijah, in his heart of hearts, honestly, is kind of hoping that this is going to force his family into the arms of the rebellion.
All right. Well,
Unwillingly.
if Elijah Everdeen, Persistence's idea is this man has been abandoned by his family and is eating blessed nobles. He probably wants his family dead. So unless Elijah
Some of them.
yeah. So unless Elijah has a heart-to-heart with Persistence is very much of a, he is actively trying, rebelling against the Empire to get his family killed. Like, that's Persistence's assumption.
Yeah. I mean,
Some of them, yeah.
have you had a chance to have a heart-to-heart?
Oh, I doubt that either of them would care enough to. We're very business.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Where my Persistence is going to walk around, look up to the ceiling, and is like, you know what my feelings on this matter are? Like, imagine how ridiculous that setup would have to be. But yeah, basically what
Sure,
I'm
this,
gonna
he probably will mention it, but...
yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, Elijah can overhear this, so
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Elijah's aware of what's going on.
yeah. So I would just say it's like, do this task for me, assist the mayor in doing what I ask of him, whatever that entails. And I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, because I'm still not quite sure how much spine you have. But assist him in that, help him carry it through, and then we can talk about you having access to an army of corpses. Because if your talents are what they appear, I will have much use of you in the future.
This sounds reasonable. I suppose I should go have a chat with the mayor then.
Please make sure to bring all these bodies as well. He is going to need a personal guard in the near future.
I see. Well, these corpses aren't going to move themselves, and she kind of motions to the zombies.
I would
Says, "Come along, start picking them up. Chop,
for
chop."
so for somebody like this, because Persistence has 106 gold on him, I doubt that like it would be impressive for Lord Dumont to hand somebody 100 gold pieces as like like I'm not sure how relative in currency that. I don't think that would be. Like I don't think that would help my argument. Do you think differently? Like how much is 100 gold pieces to this person?
Oh man, that would require us to establish.
Because it's I feel like that would be appropriate to also hand them like an additional bribe for something, but I don't have that much money on me, and I don't want to like, yes, I want you to betray the Empire of the United States. Here's a Jackson. Like,
Yeah. Well,
Looks
let's
like you
see.
need to be persuaded with some dead president.
yeah,
Here's a Washington.
think
Hands
that
them a
Mr.
quarter.
Lincoln can speak kindly on our cause.
Hands you a penny.
Let me just look up really quick.
How much copper buys your sedition?
High
Yeah.
cooperative quality copper ingots.
Yep.
So let's see. So a skilled hireling. So somebody who like a blacksmith who has a proficiency in a skill would be is listed in the player's handbook as charging 2 gold pieces per day for their services. So I would say
Can't do it, killer.
100 gold would probably if we double that for a spellcaster, so 4 GP per day, that would be approximately like a month's a little bit less than a month's salary for her. So it'd be like handing her a few $1,000s.
Okay, if Persistence would know, and Persistence would know, like
Persistence would know. Yes.
Persistence would know. If Persistence would know that that's an extra way to like, I know you're not a patriot. I know you want bodies. Here's also some spending change. He would give her 100 gold. Just casually, it's just like for the month.
Yeah. If he phrased it like that and said, basically have this is a salary for the month, and then take the bodies as a kind of in-kind payment, that would be enough to like buy some extra loyalty. Yeah.
Okay. Do you need me to roll perception or persuasion or intimidation?
I think the gold speaks for itself, don't you?
Cool. Yeah.
It should be noted that spellcasters usually command a high price. I think it's like I have to remember the prices. Usually, when you go to a church, it's like I want to buy a resurrection, please, and it's like 1,000 gold or something.
Yeah,
Well,
Without
that's
mitigation.
also for the
specific
materials for the
spells. Yeah,
resurrection. Yeah.
yeah. So
Well,
specific spells, I know.
usually you're paying the price tag at the spell slot, and it's like
Yeah. So let's
50
see.
to
So
100 gold for a
so here,
spell slot.
I'm looking at it right now. The spellcasting services for a common spell of first or second level is 10 to 50 gold pieces, plus the cost of any expensive components. Finding someone capable and willing to cast a higher level spell might involve traveling to a larger city, uh, perhaps one with a university or prominent temple, and the spellcaster might ask for a service instead of payment. This kind of service that only adventurers could provide. So I would say that,
They are working for a
yeah.
cult, so who knows how high level they are.
Well, I mean, they were able to raise 5 zombies with a snap of their fingers. So they're they're relatively powerful. And I would say that, yeah, so the promise of the service of I will give you as many bodies as you want, because I'm going to start a big war, would count as your promise of a service, for service.
Okay.
Is kind of how I'm
I don't.
figuring
I
it.
don't mind rolling because I also can't get below like a 7. I can't get below a 15. So.
Yeah, and like it's eminently reasonable for her to take you up on your offer.
I just want to make it clear, like we don't want to undervalue the role of spellcasters.
Yeah.
They're a
Sure.
little bit more than
Well,
4
that's
gold
why
a
I
day.
was worried, but $100 would be like chump change. So that was my thinking. So I know the bodies
No.
are mainly there, but I want to cover as many avenues as possible.
Mhm.
All right. Sounds
All right.
like she's paid off.
Excellent. Come, let us introduce you to the mayor. Uh, you, and I would point to Jock without saying his name. Take Minsk and the other servants, the other slaves. See if you can find a second carriage or something to carry them in, so that I don't think we can fit them all in the wagon. We'll find uses for them back at the estate. See if there are any others in here to free. I'm going to take them as recompense for the labor of killing all these idiots.
I just nod.
Minsk, can you make sure to brief them on how they can expect to be treated moving forward?
I can certainly do this, comrade.
Okay, good. Maxine, if you would come with me. Elijah, if you could
Lead
come
the
with
way.
me. Elijah, if you could come with me too, and I'm gonna look like just over her shoulder where Elijah's just been hiding, ready to kill her at my word, just to try and emphasize the point of, carrot and stick.
Right. Yeah, she'll offer you her elbow and say, "Lead the way."
Yeah, very well. Do, 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 do.
Yep.
So we have a problem at the gig.
Let's see. So persistence, Elijah, and Maxine are you guys just getting in the boat and leaving?
I would leave Jacques and Minx to see if there are any other slaves, and I don't want them to tell the slaves that they're freed in front of this person. So I would leave Minx, Jacques, and Noctum behind, and I would try to bring I would try to have her bring as many of the zombies with us as possible. I don't know how deep this water is. Like, can the zombies just walk?
It's pretty deep. The zombies could theoretically walk, but she will point out over this direction, and it's be like, if you don't feel like walking through the sewers, there is another way out that I could show you.
Oh, thank the blessed light. Yes, I would much prefer that. Thank you, my dear.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go over this way.
Oh man, I knew I should have set it to persistence, but I've already said Jacques.
And at this point, Jacques is going to get. Well, so let's rewind a little bit in time to Minx and Jacques, and I guess Nenelis talking to the other the prisoners.
All right.
So yeah, so you guys are all heading out. So at the end of the fight, I believe Wertguth had sat down at the bar and was like, "Pour me a drink."
I will see what they have.
Okay. So you look. They've got a rough assortment of, um, reasonable quality beer and liquor. Not like nothing like top shelf, but like
Right.
passable.
Yeah, well, he would, Minx would certainly serve up a big old stein for the orc.
Okay. Elena's gonna come over and uh, help out. It's like, please, comrade. Uh, as my liberator, I insist on getting you your drink. What would you like? The selection might leave something to be desired.
Yeah, I would not worry about it quite yet, comrade. I usually save it for when I can have a big old party and no worries about where I might end up by the end of
Hmm.
the night.
Suit yourself. They haven't fed me yet today, and she's gonna pour herself a drink and sit down, shoving this body out of the way. All right. Uh, oh yeah, I guess the zombies will be dragging a body each, but that will be later.
Well, comrades, I have some good news and bad news, as such things always seem to occur. The bad news, of course, is that we are in an Alvarez town, and there is likely people here who have no interest in armed slaves making their way out of here. However, the good news is our current employer has very much an interest in having us armed and out of here, and then soon with a whole big cohort of similar comrades who are also armed and lacking chains, except for those that they have broken themselves of.
Sounds like a good fight.
That is the idea. So, what I would tell you both is if you are willing to play along as slaves for a little bit longer, we can soon get you out of here and you never have to do it again. Provided, of course, that you are ready to fight our enemies. And seeing as our enemies are the Alvarez, I get the feeling that is not a hard sell.
Uh, let's see. Elena will nod and say, "As a soldier of the UDDC, it is my duty to continue fighting this war by any means possible. Uh, so I will help your cause, comrade."
Excellent.
Uh, Rutgeth is gonna look solemn. He's gonna consider over his beer. Um, and he's gonna say, "As much as I would love to make the Alvarez dogs pay for everything they've done to my people, I really must find my daughter. We were separated after we were captured by the Alvarez.
Uh,
Oh
who is
no.
it who brought you to this place anyway? Was it just these cultists or was there a market?
Mm, there was a market, yes. Uh, we were fighting on the western border of the Confederacy, between the border between the Confederacy and the Empire. When we were ambushed, we were taken to a slave processing facility, and I believe it was the Fortress of Servitude they called it. My comment isn't particularly good. Um, you can't tell because I don't have an accent, but sometimes it's hard.
Well, how about this then, comrade? If you will keep up the rules at least until we get out of here. We will see about finding a way to this fortress so we can reunite you with your daughter. But I really just ask that you keep up this little charade until we are safely away from the city.
I will allow the Alvarez to make their own assumptions.
Yeah, I suppose that's as close as a yes as I will get. This will do.
This is what honor demands.
Loktarokar.
Indeed. I see you speak Orcish.
This is the question, do I?
Dabu.
That would be
So-
funny if I did. I don't know.
However, I suppose we need to wait for others to arrive so that we don't draw too much suspicion moving as a group of the three of us.
Well, there's plenty to eat now that these bastards are dead, and he kind of kicks a corpse.
Would there be any other living slaves here, or was it just those who fought and then the cultists to watch?
Well, there's the three in the kitchen.
If you direct me that way, I will go see what the situation is there, and perhaps bring you back some snacks.
It's right behind you, and he kind of points to the hallways to the right. Well, I guess on this map it's the top, and it's over. Yeah, there, you got it.
Yeah, all right. Let me go check this out.
So you walk into this room, and you immediately spot three emaciated uh, slaves of varying demi-human natures, cowering behind a table.
Along with persistence.
He's persist. Oh, you're just he's just there to watch
All
for
right.
the recording.
Um,
Have you heard about Have you heard about the good news of our Lord and Savior, the Nine Hells?
uh,
Boy, have I got a business proposition for you.
congratulations. You are being requisitioned by a different slave owner who has no intentions of abusing you and will see to it that you are all fed and reunited with other demi-humans.
They all kind of look at each other fearfully, and one of the middle one speaks up and just says, "Who are you? What happened? We heard fighting, but like more fighting than usual."
The crazy ones, they're all dead. My current master has seen fit to requisition the current assets that they held, which includes the other slaves and you all. However, you will soon find, as we depart from the city, that this is a much better deal for you because he has no interest in abusing you or keeping you from eating of the bounty of your own work.
Does that mean we can
After
have
all,
breakfast? We
yeah.
made breakfast for all of them, but none of them came in to eat it. They just started yelling and screaming about fighting.
Now here is the thing.
Usually,
I forgot it's
yep.
still early as hell.
Uh, You
Yeah, it's
definitely
like
can
9 a.m.
have breakfast.
That's funny.
But I also wouldn't mind some, and there are two other slaves out there who would probably like some as well. Other than that, yeah, you can eat what you want. I would advise, having seen somewhat similar situations in the past, don't consume too much in your first go if you haven't had anything to eat in a while, because your stomach takes time to get used to this.
Well, feed the rats.
Yeah, aren't the rats eating the bodies?
Oh, this is some good
Yeah.
chow. Feed the rat.
This one is also working for the current employer.
Oh, he looks.
I let the rat out of my shirt and I put it on the table, and I watch it eat.
It munches on one of the plates of breakfast that had been prepared. Just a pile of stuff. I don't know. I'm trying to think what kind of food they would have.
Abyss worshippers eat?
Gruel. Rations.
Spicy.
Yeah, it's lots of pepper and
Chocolate
like
bar MREs.
seared meat,
Corpse starch.
bacon and eggs and rum. I don't know.
Minx will take 5 of the servings, so he can give I'm assuming because
Yeah.
there was like over a dozen of these cultists, right? So they
Oh yeah,
probably prepared a
there's
lot.
plenty of food. Like for
Okay,
the amount
yeah,
of people that you have left to feed, this is a veritable feast.
yeah,
Not necessarily a super high quality feast, but like a feast in quantity, if nothing else.
yes, exactly. So he'll take 5 plates, so it'll be 1 for himself, and then 2 that he can give to the other 2 slaves. It seems like these guys are just sort of like, okay, we're ready to move
I
on to the
mean,
new owner.
yeah, and before you can even reach to take the plates, like they've picked them up and have started carrying them out for you.
Okay.
Like they're very used to like moving and trying to avoid being beaten. You actually see as you reach out for one of the plates, the one nearest you flinches a little bit.
With time, you will understand how much better your current employer will be. Trust me, trust me. There will be no beatings.
He kind of looks at you disbelievingly.
Okay, let me promise this. There will certainly be a lot less beatings than the giant angry mob of uh, pain cultists brought. How's that sound?
You can see malnutrition is certainly slowing his thinking as he kind of like uh, squints and thinks about it. And it's like then he nods to himself like, yeah, that makes sense, but he doesn't say anything.
All right. Well, with that, then Minx will come back around out here.
Yeah,
With
and
them having been given some breakfast.
yeah. So you hear the sounds of them digging in to what is left back here after they bring out food for everybody else.
All right, that's settled.
Okay.
There is the 2 of you and the 3 of them, and everyone is ready to keep this going.
Okay. Uh, Jacques, what are you doing? You're still over in the throne room, it looks like.
More giving a sort of just silent prayer of guidance and then heading back to rejoin Minx and them.
Okay. So at this point, you get a message from Aerith.
Bruno's on his way through the sewers, trying to assist Dumont. It's either the perfect time to kill him or run. You can respond to this message.
By the 9 hells, no longer can we let Tentalis off on his own. Stay safe. We will handle this.
Analysts will be restricted, but Nanolists will be free.
I'm able to write to you, right? I'm able to like contact you, right? Cell.
I mean, he's there with you, I imagine.
I believe I got an initiate.
I thought he went with you, Lev.
No,
No,
he left.
He's still
He left
here.
him here.
Yeah, I think the
It was
only
just him and
person.
Elijah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
Yep.
Our resident Shadow Blade, literally. Ugh. All right,
Yeah, I'm
He
sorry
I'll make my
about
Batmaned
way
that.
you.
over. I'll make my way to Minx. And I will say, Minx, we need to go. Whoever is coming with us needs to gather their stuff. We need to leave. There are Alvarez agents making their ways into the sewers.
All right, it is time for us to go. We can eat
We
food, but
need
we
to
must
get
eat it
word
on the
to
move.
Lord Dumont about this development.
This sounds reasonable to me. These ones will understand pretty quickly. I will let you wrangle them, and I will go get the others. Yep.
Okay.
Hey,
So you guys
here.
are gonna set off down the tunnel after Persistence and the rest.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go
You're
ahead
leaving
and
already. All right.
All right, so you guys abandon ship and leave the scene. So persistence, Maxine leads you through the tunnels for a while. It's a pretty long walk, like 30 minutes underground. But then you eventually get to a dead end, and she presses a switch on the wall, and
Be right back.
the wall slides open, and you find yourself in a well-appointed basement. I will move you
Hmm,
there.
interesting.
Here it is. So this wall slides out. So these two squares.
Okay, very interesting.
I suppose I can copy and paste her token from here instead of looking it up. That's probably easier.
Whose house is this?
Oh, this isn't a house. This is the basement of
Establishment.
the serious orc. Yes.
Ah, is the proprietor aware of this, I would imagine?
Uh, I believe so. Yes. I mean,
Were they one of the ones that I had to kill down there, or are they still alive?
they would still be upstairs.
Well, this will be a fun conversation, if you would.
Okay. So you guys walk up the stairs and out the back. You
Elijah
find
slips up ahead of you.
Before we
you.
go up, do you know if the proprietor of this was also a part of the demonic cult?
I don't think so. I think he just let them use this entrance to the caves.
Hmm. You wouldn't happen
He
to
didn't. I
have
never saw him down at the arena.
wouldn't happen to have pressed the digitation, would you?
Let me double check my stat block.
says, checking the
Yes, she
book.
does.
I would
She checks your
appreciate.
spell book and she's
Yes.
like, yes.
I would appreciate not smelling like sewer.
Oh, of course, of course. I would be happy to give you this courtesy. And she waves her hand, and your clothes, uh, it's like a line that goes across your clothes, and they're just like instantly cleaned.
Ah, much better. Thank you, my dear.
Yes, of course. I should freshen up myself. And she waves her hand, and her clothes are also now clean.
Good. Now, shall we?
Of course. Um, and you guys go up, and you find yourselves out back. So you guys are coming out here.
All right. Well, I do not wish to bother myself with any more of these. I am a busy man and I have much to do. I am going to leave this to the mayor. So let me introduce you, and then if you would like to work with him to bring some semblance of order to this town, that could be a way for you to procure more corpses.
Oh, that sounds lovely to me. Let's go meet the mayor, shall we?
Yep, and I'm not dealing with this bullshit.
You're not okay. You're just gonna
It,
walk past everything.
unless this is somebody that persistence would have an idea. Like, we killed the fighting ring. This is not my problem. This is the mayor's problem.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like if she had said it's like, oh no, they're a demonic cultist as well. It's like, oh cool. Like the most I would do is probably tell Elijah to go in there and just murder the person.
Right. Okay. So Elijah, you come out the back.
Yep.
As well. Are you also walking away, or are you just
Oh, he's gonna like snag a drink on the way through, but yeah, like he'd swing by the bar, toss a coin on it, and grab a beer and walk out. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Um, do you say anything, or do you just look at him, look at
No,
the
just look at
bartender?
him, look at the bartender, nod my head, toss him a coin, and grab a beer and walk out.
Okay.
That's it.
He picks up the coin,
Alright,
looks
I'm
kind of confused.
And I walk out the door. Like, I toss him
Okay.
enough to, like, he's not going to be upset about his glass going missing.
Yeah. The other patrons of the bar watch you as well, as you walk in and out. But you don't talk to any of them, so you don't get to
Nope.
know any of their cool and interesting backstories.
Nope. I just mark their faces in case I see them later.
I am dressed as an Alvarez Lord. It would make no sense for me to go and chat up a bunch of people in a tavern
Yeah.
over a fight club.
So you guys are currently up here. That's why it was a pretty long walk to get from the mayor's square to like under the river, and then all the way back up to here. It's like half a mile, it looks like.
Yep.
All told, and walking and underground.
So yeah, we're going back to the mayor's residence.
Okay. So yeah, that's not too far. You just walk down the street.
Yep.
Okay. So that means that the rest of the party does actually come out the same way though. So you guys are gone.
Yep. Everybody else can have the conversation with these NPCs you spent time on.
I mean, they can always come back later. I'm sure this isn't the only time you're going to be visiting.
It might
The,
be.
the main problem, I think, for us being that we don't know any of what's going on here. We follow the path out.
Okay. You guys are walking back to meet up in the. Are you going back to the mayor's residence, or are you going to meet up in the market square with Aerith?
Well, at the moment, we don't know where we are.
So wait, we appear in the bar.
Yeah, so we're behind the bar.
You're in the basement, and you walk out, and the cellar doors are on the outside in the back of the bar. So like if you walk around to the front, you'll see the road.
But we wouldn't know where unless there's signs.
I'll also
I mean, you
point
probably
out,
would recognize that like this is the north edge of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will also point out
as
third,
we go through the bar, I'm going to go up to the bartender, put down 5 gold. I'm going to say, if anyone asks, you didn't see us.
Everybody in the bar stares at you.
Wait, wouldn't you have to? You exited the cellar on the outside of the bar, walked
Oh, it's on
around
the outside of the bar.
into
Okay,
the
yeah.
bar,
Okay.
said you didn't
Okay, no,
see me, and
no,
then walked
hold
out.
on.
Yeah, so,
okay,
so
I didn't know it came to
this
the
right
outside.
here.
I misheard.
This
Yeah.
is it.
Okay. Okay, never mind then. Okay, it came on
Walks
the
into
outside.
a
literally
bar
walked
at
away
9
without being
a.m.,
seen.
says I was never here, and leaves.
It's like,
Okay, yeah,
I'll take
yeah.
5
I
gold to
thought-
say you were never here.
I thought we were exiting like in the bar.
No.
No.
Okay. If we're
Elijah was
outside the
just
bar,
thirsty.
yes, screw it. Okay. Alrighty. Never mind.
Yeah.
Disregard.
Okay.
I was never there.
So yes, you guys know where you are. So you have a decision. Do you want to go to the mayor's residence, or do you want to get back to the market square and rendezvous with Aerith?
We're gonna rendezvous with Aerith.
Okay. So we will do persistence first because he's ahead of you and he's closer to his destination.
I will also say, Thurs, just a point of feedback for this. Every time that we have engaged with the plot or NPCs or like done something that's not just pure military or logistics, it has fucked us. I am in no desire to stray outside because it
Which
always
way has
complicates
persistence
things.
gone?
Uh-huh.
Should we go inside this tavern and ask where they've gone?
I don't think that's true. I mean, I think the mayor. You guys are pretty proud of yourselves about how you handled the mayor.
Yes, but that was also for the logistics and for getting army stuff. For any time that we've just said, oh, here's something interesting, let's go and do an RP scene, it has fucked us.
I mean, you seem to be doing okay so far. Like, what do you think is fucked? Your cover is intact. You've successfully done, like, either you've
Give it time. Give it time.
either you've secured a loyal ally, or you've successfully conducted a false flag operation against one of the noble houses of the empire. Like, I don't see how
Fine,
this
it's
is
a
a
slow
Every
burn.
every
balloon
time
ruse
this
here.
game turns into standard D&D, persistence nearly dies.
Look, you challenged
Well,
the caster to single combat.
I'm not saying it's not my fault. I'm just saying I am disincentivized to seek out plot threads because it almost kills me every time.
I didn't know we
what
were
do
the
you mean
Mighty
it
Nine.
almost kills you?
You deserved the last one. You know what you did.
Oh, I know I deserved it. But the
It's a
first thing I'm thinking of is
caster.
like, if I walk into that tavern, I'm going to end up on the floor, and not in a good way.
Well, unless the Commodore shows up.
I mean,
I'm paranoid.
you should be. That
Wow,
it is
a
your
knight of Savona paranoid?
Yeah,
Wow.
yep.
yeah. Like a Knight of Savona in the middle of enemy territory in a covert operation, paranoid, and fearing for his life. Color me surprised, Leb.
You just seemed a bit surprised that I wasn't going into the bar to chat someone up. It's like, no, I will die. I'm going back to the man I successfully
I was-
blackmailed for safety.
I create a minor illusion. It's a wizard in a gray robe. You should head to the Serious Orc Tavern and meet up with Strider.
No. No.
Now,
I'm fine with you guys not talking to them. Like I said, maybe they'll come up later. Who knows? I just, well,
maybe
we
they won't.
established
Even
that they're
better.
there.
Maybe they'll come up later, or maybe they won't. Who knows?
Maybe they won't. Who knows?
That's the fun.
But anyways,
Yep.
yes, the mayor's residence.
D&D.
What's gonna happen next? Certainly not me.
Yeah. Okay. What's gonna happen next?
Strange.
Certainly not me. What?
That's a really weird phrasing. Anyway,
Who knows what's going to happen next?
That
Certainly
makes
not
more
me.
sense. You know what? Yeah, you've got 3 kids to deal with. I'll give you a slide on that one.
Okay, thank you.
Are you gonna go down the slide?
No.
I am.
where in the world
I'll
is-
die if I go
Oh.
down the slide.
No, it's just because there's an NPC that you'd have to talk to, and you'd be like, no.
No. No interactions.
Hello, I am your mother. I will push you down the slide. Oh.
Okay, so who all is at the mayor's residence now?
Tell
Where did
Minsk
I-
if he wants to go to the residence, he can, and let Persistence know what's going on. I'm going to go get.
See, these
I'm going to
familiars
go
no
get
longer
Aerith.
there.
Yes, please. She's very awkward and very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. We can archive that. I don't need it anymore. Let's see. I'm gonna clean up my maps for just a moment, because I don't think I will need them. And it will get me. Here we are. Let's see. So you guys are not here. You're not here. The Ravens aren't here. Oh. Yeah. Okay. So let's move you to the mayor's office, mayor's mansion. So you're going to be walking along, I guess, coming from the road, just like walking this way. Your carriage isn't here. That's at the market.
Yep.
So I'll go up to the guard and not even slowing down, just like motion to him. It's like, you, let us back in. Wish to speak to the mayor immediately.
Right away, sir. He opens
Also,
it back up
prepare
to you.
us a small cart. We have some additional slaves we're going to be taking back with us. You'll have your
Alright.
master's permission. Just get it ready.
Damn, that's a beautiful
yeah,
cart.
that works.
Who made that?
Oh wow,
Elijah
that's
is going to be popping in through this window right here and going straight for the kitchens to get a snack.
which window?
That one.
Okay, you just climb in through the window.
Yep, and go straight to the kitchen to get a snack. I'm gonna go chill with the help.
The servants. Okay.
All right, so
Okay, yeah. So the three of you barrel in. Let me get Maxine in here too.
After I get my food, I'm gonna come out this door, like, just in case they meet here. I'm gonna come out that door with like food.
And this guy says, here to see the mayor again, sir.
yes, open the door.
Of course, let me show you to him. He'll
you.
be in his study, right here.
Good.
I'll announce you. It's like, Mr. Mayor, Lord Dumont is here to see you again. What? And
I'm
you
I'm
barge in,
I'm barging in.
Yeah.
I hold the door open for Maxine.
and she comes in and
Good.
says,
You're dismissed. I say to the guard, and I close the door behind us.
it's like, oh, well,
That's when you
all
find
right
out
then.
that in the studies the actual Lord Dumont.
Yeah,
Back to my post then.
Oh, that'd be fun.
that would be fun.
It'll happen eventually, I'm sure.
It will.
But not
Oh,
today.
yeah.
I mean, warning. He's probably one of the blessed.
Probably. Which is, I'm surprised that this is working. If that's
I mean,
the case.
I'm assuming people don't know that, or that it's somebody else.
I could, man, if good enough disguise thing, Persistence could probably pass himself off as a blessed, just
Oh,
without
and
the
Yeah.
wings.
Also, remember, you're like an uncle. You're not
Yeah, I'm
top
not the
dog
actual.
Lord
Yeah,
Dumont.
but everybody. But I'm
Yeah.
also not correcting people in their assumptions. So,
Yeah.
Matt Blanchard.
Funny enough, he doesn't either.
Did you give him your the mayor your real name, or does he just know you as? I don't think you gave him your name, did you?
No, I didn't.
He did not.
He's not gonna have something to connect me to.
Nice to see you again,
And I've got
Mr.
my helmet on still.
Lord
Lord Dumont will be fine for now.
Yes.
This is an associate that I found beneath your city.
And
You'll
he
be
looks
very
over at her.
surprised what I found in your sewers.
He says, "A member of the Necroquestrians in our sewers.
Yes.
Whatever were they doing down there?"
Assisting a cult of demon-worshipping pit fighters who tried to steal my slave.
He looks a little confused. He looks confused for a moment, but then catches on and says, yes, I remember that one."
Now, I certainly hope that this lacks in public safety will be punished appropriately.
Yes, I'll have to investigate and see who's responsible for clearing the sewers and why they didn't.
Oh, I believe that there's been a massive lack in protocol by, I believe that his name was Bruno, something along those lines. If you can please make sure that he is punished appropriately and within the best confines of the law, that would be appropriate.
Yes, I will send for him immediately.
My dear, if you could make sure to provide the mayor with any evidence that he needs in order to substantiate this charge.
Oh, I would be happy to.
Good. I'm sure that Sir Bruno would make a wonderful addition to your collection once this is all over.
Yes, I've seen him on the streets. He's quite a fine specimen.
Now, Sir Mayor, on to more important matters. My associate will be assisting you in the task that I have set. You do not need to give her all the information of what we discussed. I assume that she is going to be a professional in this matter.
I can be. Don't worry about me. I'll be very discreet.
Good. She will assist you with that, and Lord Mayor, I believe that I mentioned to you that there was a bell that I required that was at the church. I
Take him out
mentioned
of
I
care.
yeah,
You
I said
okay?
it's like after he helps us take care of the
Right.
army.
You want his men to go and get it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
to raid, take they can loot the church, take all the wealth. Like that was my carrot on a stick to him. Is
Right.
you can
Okay. Yeah.
literally have all that, but bring me the bell. It's like, when your business is done with the church, please give the bell to Miss Maxine here, and then tell her where she can find me. And Maxine, once you are finished assisting the mayor in retrieving this bell, please bring it to me. It is part of a necromantic project I believe you'll be very interested in seeing the results of.
Ooh, that's intriguingly vague.
Oh, yes, it is. We will also be requisitioning a cart from you, Sir Mayor. We found some additional slaves in the sewers that I am going to be confiscating for my own personal use and taking back to my estate with me, and we will need a way to transport them.
Uh, of course.
Doesn't have to be a fancy cart; they're just slaves.
Of course. Of course. Uh, I'll have my stable boys prepare it for you.
I already told them to, but if you could just remind them that they need to do it quickly, I would appreciate it.
I'll go give them my permission now, if
Very
you
good. Oh,
uh,
yes.
are amenable.
Yes, of course.
Uh, yes,
However,
please.
any
Yeah,
other
go ahead.
further questions, concerns?
I don't think it very much has changed in the past couple of hours.
No, not much has, and I assure you your children are still safe and sound with me. Uh, with my associates, we will be, as soon as we have your additional cart, we will be taking them and the additional slaves to back to my estate, where we will begin your son's squireship and continue your daughter's education in magic.
Uh, that is good to hear. I'm sure they'll learn a lot from you.
Yes. Oh, they shall. Uh, and now, if you would, my dear, if I can trust you to assist the man what I need him to do.
Uh, oh yes. I think we'll have a wonderful time together.
Ah, very good. Man, I'm still wearing my helmet. Otherwise, I would do the whole like kiss her hand and leave her thing. But I'm not taking my damn helmet off. So I'm just
No.
going to
Okay.
nod and then go with the mayor to his stables to get the cart. And then I will
Okay.
meet
Yeah.
everybody else back at the market, and I will wave to Elijah, who's probably I don't even know where Elijah is. I'm just going to gesture vaguely to the empty
Yeah.
space and assume he's going to make a dramatic appearance.
Yeah. So Elijah, you walk into the are you just like walking into the kitchen or are you sneaking in or something?
Oh no, I'm just walking in, like, I'm just stopping by, having a
Okay.
chat. Like, I walk in, I sit down at the table, pick up some food, and just
And
start
like he
eating.
owns the place.
Exactly, and I just look over to the servants. So how's the morning going?
Uh oh, hello again. Um well, it's been quite a morning since you've Lord Dumont and his retainers, including yourself, came. Don't get that much excitement here in Villaplanche. Uh but two visits from nobility in the same week, that's basically unheard of.
How was that other visit? I mean to ask.
Uh, well, to be honest, it wasn't great. Uh, Count Blackwood is quite incensed about what's going on in Kaime, as I'm sure you can guess. Um,
Oh, I suppose.
and yes, we had a slave helper, but they didn't make it.
Oh, well, that's quite rude of him.
It was, but he was kind of past the point of caring about manners. He needed a snack, he said. He's like he's a little hangry. I guess. I guess the blessed can get angry.
Oh, trust me, yes they can. But
Or the
it's
ascended, I guess. My theology isn't great.
yeah.
I'm just
It's
a random commoner servant.
I mean, and he's gonna like pick up the freshest piece of meat on the table, pick it up, drink it, Drango. It's fine, whatever you call them. It's not like they actually deserve some of the honorifics sometimes.
They both go pale when they realize what you are. I see. Is that all you'll be needing, sir?
Oh, not quite. If he stops back in, I'd love for you to, you know, send me a letter of the things he says.
Elijah would
Things
know
like
that the
that.
mayor did tell us he came by. Like, this isn't news
Oh
to
Yeah.
us.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
You want a second
This is
opinion?
yeah. This is me wanting to know what the servants over here.
Awesome.
Because servants and guards and things occasionally speak back and forth about how much their bosses are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and if the mayor starts
I think
acting
there was a song about that in Gallivant.
angry, uh, keep me posted.
Sorry, you cut out there for a second. If the mayor starts what?
Starts acting unkind, keep me posted.
They kind of look at each other. And it's like, oh, how will we reach you?
Oh, I'll be by often. And if not, the young lady we're dropping off today, let her know. Have her send me a letter.
Batman
Uh,
origin story here.
they both kind of look at each other nervously. It's just like, all right, if that is your desire, we will do this for House Dubont. It would be our honor.
Yes, yes, it will. Thank you. And then I'm gonna hop out and head back out the window and be waiting like over by those bushes out in the courtyard.
Okay. Yeah, they don't stop you. Um, okay, so persistence, you get the cart, and Elijah is just appears when you're ready to go, and you guys trundle off to the market and make ready
You don't need a
to meet up.
jalapenos.
So let's go back to the market. So the rest of you will be arriving there.
But
Oh, that's why one of the guys looked familiar. One of the guys was an assassination target.
yeah, I'm hoping that
Right.
if the
For,
they're
for,
gonna pass along some shitty stuff about the mayor, and then I'm gonna have a door in to kill the mayor later on because I see that being a possibility. And his servants will provide me that opportunity
Okay.
I'm going
if he's being
to
an asshole.
as we get here to the market, I'm going to come up to the cart. I don't know if Aerith is still outside it.
I think Aerith decided to go back in, right?
Yeah.
Come up to the cart, and I'm just gonna just not.
She'll pull the curtain just a little bit, sort of sigh with the relief, pull it open, step out.
Are you okay?
She would, sort of, wearing a helmet. How inconvenient. Uh, we, um, we have a fine guest here, sir. What'd you say your name was? I
Are
don't
you
think I
looking over
asked.
at the soldier?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hang on just a moment.
As I sort of like turn Jacques like a little, like, hey,
Uh,
watch what you say.
uh, I'm a private carpenter, ma'am.
Well, it's a pleasure. How long do you think it'll take for your mate to bring the forces? Looks at like sort of inclines my head to Jacques. How?
Uh,
Go ahead.
what do you mean? I think they're all going down into the sewers, aren't they?
I was more concerned that like not concerned, but I was curious if we were meeting here going in, because
I'm sure that when Captain Rodier is concluded his investigation of the sewers, he'll want to have a word with you all.
that's fair, and hopefully he'll either find my master or my
Sure.
master will find his way back here. Yes.
That is the main reason why I'm here. Carpenter, you said your name was?
Yes, such
You
as my
have
name.
a. What is your first name? I regrettably dislike calling people by their surnames.
Uh, Carlos. And who might you be?
My name is Nathaniel Carlos. It is a pleasure to meet you. It's very much not on the best terms that we do meet, it seems. Can't go to any town without there seeming to be trouble in these day and ages. Is that right?
You're telling me what with all that business down in Kaime, like first the explosion,
Exactly.
then the slave uprising, and then that big battle. I tell you what, this war is causing everything to go to hell in a handbasket.
I
You know me.
could not agree more. I could not agree more. Now, I am here urgently on my master's orders, Lord Dumont, and I have news that we need to bring this cart back to the mayor's residence to pick up his other retinue and retainers to begin our trek back home. I understand you have your orders. I have mine as well. We're both just foot soldiers here in the long run. I need to get these people back. Now, when Lord Rodier, Bruno, his name, when he appears back, you can send him with his word and his findings to the mayor's office. They can debrief with him there if need be. But
Hmm.
I've got to get these people, I've got to get this cart and these horses back. He's very stringent about time.
Oh yeah, all the nobles are. They gotta. Everything's gotta be, uh, perfectly all
Bluster
in
and
order
hot air to
yesterday.
keep those it's bluster and hot air to keep those egos inflated.
Yeah. I mean, it's just only gotten worse. I feel like. Hmm?
Everyone seems to be on edge, as you said. That explosion,
Uh,
slave ride, battle in
is is
Kaime. Who knows where's
is
next?
is Nenelus actually like surrounding him with various undead creatures?
No, maybe.
I would kindly ask you to call off your
I
constructs,
make a
please.
motion to Nenelus and Doug, and then we'll go. Cease. Stand
I
sentry at the cart.
smell the colors of your soul, and they are sweet.
Enough. Stand sentry at the cart. Ready it for movement.
Doug.
Hmm. Well, if you truly are bound for the mayor's office, perhaps I should give you an escort.
We will
My
be
orders are
fine. You
to
will
watch
need it
over
in
you,
case.
after all.
I understand. But if anything about these sewers and any other dangers that might come up, your people might be needed here for reinforcement. Trust me.
Uh, do you think
Myself,
do you think
myself,
something?
her, these constructs, we will be able to handle any sort of thing that might want to rear its head.
Oh, I don't think he's thinking you're in any danger. He's just wanted to ask a few questions, right?
No, we just like to be cautious.
Uh,
As you said, these troubling times, being wary is never going to kill anyone.
he kind of looks around at all of you, uh, and you can tell that he is keenly aware that he is alone. Um,
I'm not at all acting
yeah.
in any sort of intimidation.
No, but your orders and his orders are in fundamental conflict,
Oh,
and
I understand that.
he's sizing up his chances, and he definitely doesn't like them. Even not knowing the fact
Can I
that
do,
you guys are like juiced up with super
can I do,
magic.
can I do insight to like sort of see if I'm getting this off of his facial expressions and stuff?
No, I'm telling you, it's you don't even need to
Okay.
insight it. But yeah,
Uh,
you can tell. You can tell he's thinking about how much he thinks he can press this uh, without without getting into a fight with you, uh, and how versus how much trouble he's gonna be in if he lets you go. Um, So I'm trying to remember the exact orders that Bruno gave him just like an hour ago. I think it was stay here and make sure no trouble happens, or something along those lines.
No, stay here and protect the carriage.
Mm-hmm.
So-
Okay. So yeah, he's gonna say, well, I think my services are no longer required here, so I think I'll go and help join the search. Stay safe, safe travels, and
I extend my hand out to him
he shakes it.
for a good shake. I say, "You're a good man, Carlos. I understand the plight.
Yes, it's a common soldier just has to, make his way
Just
as
have to
best he
follow
can in these
orders."
times. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do. Yes.
All right then, and I sort of move out of his way to let him go.
Okay.
I
He
do make
mounts
my way
his
back to the
horse.
cart.
He unties Bruno's horse and has it follow him back to the wherever he's going. I guess back to the barracks to join the search in
Get
the
I don't know
Gabriel
if
out
sewers.
the
of the
carriage.
hidey hole.
I don't know if the carriage will fit everyone that we now have.
No, Minx is
At,
planning on following with the other slaves.
I'm going to look at Nanalis. I'm going to look at Aerith, motion for her to get in the cart. I'm going to look at Nanalis, say, go to the mayor's residence now.
Yes,
I look at him, I go,
sir.
we need to hurry.
I want to get the boy out of the compartment.
okay, he says, "Did I win? It was
I,
getting pretty hot in there."
I bet here, and I'm gonna pour him I'm gonna pull out my water.
You're going to serve alcohol to a child?
I can make water. But like, I'm
Water
going
just
to
has an
get
alcohol
a
content
water
of 50
skin.
ppb.
We have children. How lovely.
Nanalis,
You shut up. All right, that's cool. As your price, I'll think about a really good price. What would you want your price to be, Gabriel?
Hmm. Let's see.
Douglas, give the boy an orange.
Ooh, I like oranges.
that make me laugh more.
Can I get a cool sword?
Hey, you can get a cool sword. We'll make sure of it.
Uh, awesome. I mean, if I'm gonna be a squire, I need a cool sword, right? I think
I
that's how
make
it
Right?
works.
I make a minor illusion sword, and I hand it to him. Here you go.
Oh yeah, awesome. How does that? Can minor illusion do that?
Yep.
Create an image of an
Well,
object within range. I don't know
So
if
it's
it can be
just
swung around, but I
it's
mean,
just the
we
image of
were
an
just playing
object.
pretend. Yeah, it's fake. So.
Okay, his hand goes right through, and he's like, "Oh,
oh, the brat.
Well, let's see here. He needs to succeed an intelligence saving throw to think it's not real. I think. I don't know. Here's the whole thing. I
okay."
think he can just think it's a sword.
Um, let me get his stat
I
block
guess it's
up,
up
and
to you.
an intelligence saving throw. You said?
I'm pretty sure that when he
Yeah,
goes
it's
to
an
grab it,
investigation.
he's gonna know it's not real. Like,
Uh,
Oh, right. Well, make this fancier. I find a stick. I put minor illusion on it.
oh, okay, there you go. So he picks it up, and he's like, "Oh yeah, sword." He
There you
starts
go.
swinging it
Stick,
around.
it's not how
stick the
minor illusion
blade.
works.
Aerith just leans very slightly, just out of stick range.
Hmm.
Stick the
Let
blade.
swing the sword. I'm just gonna not be in the way.
And swing your sword, sword, sword is mighty, sword, sword.
Is the sword made of diamonds?
And
I
You
cube
can't
know,
afford
shape.
it.
it's a minor illusion, baby.
It can be made of whatever you want. Yeah.
So it's only made of Swarovski crystals.
It's a keyblade.
Okay, so you guys pile into the cart or walk alongside it and start clopping your way up the thoroughfare towards the mayor's back towards the mayor's house, and you guys will meet up with Persistence and the rest um, halfway there.
Yeah. So Minsk, Jock, and the slaves in the cart, myself, the children, and Aerith with Tenless driving on the thing. And then I'm not clear if Elijah is staying here to assassinate people during downtime and then joining us, or how that's working.
Yeah, I mean that is a good question. So I guess we can kind of go into zoom out mode and think about.
Yeah, because I'm also hoping that if we pin the blame on the underground fight cult thing on Bruno, we don't even have to do a combat thing. It's just like, hey, the mayor can charge him for dereliction of duty and execute him.
No, I definitely pick that up. I like that idea.
Yeah.
And the rest of my targets I should be able to handle.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think that.
So are you staying here or coming back with us, Elijah?
My current plan was to stay and get it done as quick as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully within a week or so I'll be done here and then I'll meet up with the party.
Years? It's a long time to assassinate people.
Yeah, I don't think you need that much time. I figured you could get it done overnight.
Okay, well then I'll do that.
Especially if you don't have to
absolutely
deal with
has to-
Bruno.
Yeah.
When it absolutely
The best
has to
way to
die
kill somebody
overnight.
is to wait them out.
Yeah.
Time
I
is
was
the
Yeah,
surest
yeah.
killer of all.
I was planning on
It
starving them
absolutely
out.
has to die over.
I kill all my
They're
targets
just like, where
eventually.
does he live? All right, lock door, board up windows. All right, now I wait.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the... Oh, gods, no. So
But
why
yeah,
why did you bar his windows and weld him in? Oh, he has COVID.
Social distancing.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit them all in one night. Spend the rest of the day that I have here, scouting out,
Like a
finding them
messed
all.
up Batman.
Yeah.
Exactly. Spend the day scouting and preparing, and then the night trying to kill as many as I can, if not all.
Yeah, well, there's just the 3 targets. So
Yeah.
one of whom is Bruno, who is now being taken care of by the regular justice system.
Oh, I thought there were 3 plus him. Okay, easy.
No.
Yeah, 2 people.
Yeah.
One night, done. I'll have
Yeah.
I'll have
Well,
him.
if
I'll have
Elijah
it done
doesn't
by
show
midnight.
himself, I'll keep the poison on me. But if Elijah shows himself, I'll give it to him.
I mean, you saw
he
him
pops
in the
up.
cave, and you said, "Oh, I got it for you." So
Yeah, you
Yes,
did actually.
I never
think.
gave it to him, and he never responded.
Yeah,
Fucking-
I come get my poison and then I leave.
There
Okay.
you go.
And if I see an easy opportunity to hit one of them with a dart from a rooftop while they're completely by themselves, I'll take it just to speed things up and get on the road faster.
Or speed run an Assassin's Creed game.
Exactly.
just give me a
Yeah.
gun. I'll find him when he's on the toilet and cap his ass.
I had 3 poison darts. I've used 1. I've got 2 more, 1 per target, and then I.
Could
I'm out.
Elijah find a crossbow so that way he can just Tyrion Tywin some of these bastards?
I gotta be honest. I played a lot of the first Assassin's Creed game of there he is. I run up, I stab him. I was like, all right, I run away until they forget about me.
Yep.
Huh? What?
Is that not how life works?
So
You
are
go
the
through
rest
enough
of you
crowds and you climb up onto a roof, and people will stop caring pretty quick.
are the rest of you heading back to Kaime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as soon as they are back in the carriage, and it's just like, so it's the slaves with Minsk and Jacques, because I assume that they're
Right.
going to enjoy that conversation, and then the kids, Aerith and I, and the other, and then Tenless driving. So Tenless is not involved in any of those conversations.
You
Persistence
guys
is
are
not
just
happy
trying
with
so
Tenless.
hard to sideline Cell from this. It's very rude. I'm offended on his behalf.
You might not want to do that. I can only become more out of control.
Well, imagine what he'll do now.
Oh man, when it is just, hey, we need chaos, I will let you loose.
The scene from the Avengers. Hulk smash.
Yeah.
I need to get a touch attack so I can just fucking have a bird peck somebody and just do fucking 50 damage to them.
Yeah, but as soon as, and we would try to, is the road actually this craziness of it goes here and then out, and it's not just a regular 3-way intersection?
Well, so the thing that you need to remember is the distance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because the distance from each of these corners is what, like 6 miles?
Yeah.
So if you had a three-way intersection, I guess you could have a three-way intersection like here-ish.
Yeah. Well, I'm asking
Um,
because it's if this was the case, then to make it look like we're not going to Kaime, we would go that way, and then just turn around and just add, like what's 12? How far do we get in 12 miles? Like how much does that cost us?
Basically, in this case that we were being followed.
Yeah. Just to throw them off a little bit.
yeah. Well, so basically, my idea here is that these are like the major thoroughfares. But like this is a pretty well settled area, so like even though there's no road marked in this hex, for example,
And
like
there's
there
like a
are
few
roads
like
there.
small towns.
Yeah, then there's like small hamlets and things in basically all of these hexes. And so like this map is only showing like the big points of interest. And so if you wanted to, like, you wouldn't necessarily have to go the full like extra 6 miles from here to here in order to do that before turning south.
I just want to try a little bit to shake a tail, if assuming there is one somehow.
Yeah.
Abundance of caution.
Okay. Yeah, so and I mean you've got, or I guess your horses are, you now have regular horses as well as your undead ones.
Yeah.
So you can't do the thing where you just continuously go.
I mean, honestly, if we stop and Tentalis has the spell slots, we'd probably just kill the horses and raise them.
Okay.
Oh, they're tired? No, they're not.
Does Tentalis have the spell slots? I'm pretty sure he does.
That's
Especially
not
if
how
you
my
can lock.
That's not how my stuff works.
Oh, right, because you can actually only cast.
What do you mean you can't raise them? No, I would check first. I know how his necromancy
You're 6
works.
miles out of town and you've got 2 dead horses.
Damn it. Call AAA.
This would require a long rest or two. Actually, it would require 2 long rests because I used a long rest. I used my resurrection to resurrect the horse to come here.
Oh, fair. All right. Well.
Yeah.
So it'd be 8 hours to save some travel time. It doesn't really work out.
Yeah, you can also just push the horses and do a fast travel pace.
That's
and
what
then
I'm planning on doing. To
you'll
catch
be
up.
able to do that anyway.
Yeah. As long as that wouldn't like cause us issues. Like it's not a
I mean, the horses will be will have like a level of exhaustion when you get back to town, but unless you ride out again on those exact same horses,
unlikely. So
yeah, that's my thought. So yeah, you should be able to get ride back by the end of the day and be in Kaime at the end of the day again.
Okay. But yeah, as
Yeah.
soon as we were far enough on the road where if anybody were to see us, they would know that we're heading to Kaime, and there was really no way for us to, try and play it off anymore. Persistence, because he is hot as hell and beat to hell and stuff, would take off his helmet and just lean on Aerith a bit and just be like, ugh, damn Tentalis.
How was that one-on-one with the caster?
It's, with the caster's fine. We recruited her to our cause. Once she's gonna be bringing
the other one. She
Oh.
kicks your ass.
Oh no, fuck.
You don't fuck with a woman in the ring. You should know this.
Wait, you guys can curse?
I did not expect demonic magic.
Hold on now. What did I miss?
Oh,
Not
and
much of a night of hell.
Tentalis is
One
not
second,
in,
let me replay it
He's
for
commenting
you.
from the peanut gallery.
I am
Yeah.
quite
from
amused.
from the other card.
I play a minor illusion of the events.
I know from the other card, I would kind of have the same thing when I know that we're far enough along the road where it's like we're going to Kaime. The helmet would come off, and I would just tell Minx to play up a song.
Yeah,
I can certainly give us some tunes, comrade.
Yeah, and I would fill in Aerith on what happened and such.
But yeah, we tell a story to the children how this night of hell got beaten.
Oh yeah,
by the woman in the ring.
and as soon as the kids start wait, what's going on? It's like, oh yes, your father.
Personally, your squire too got his ass beat in the ring.
Yes, it's just look at them, and it's like, Ah, yes, your father is going to assist us in a bit of a rebellion against the Empire, and in exchange for his cooperation, we are going to train you both for a time. As I'm just going to look at him, it's like, and let me formally introduce myself. My name is Sir Persistence Hillborn, Knight of the Divine Profane of the Protectorate of Savona.
Whoa. And you're gonna be training me?
You're old enough for it.
You got your ass beat in the ring?
As Persistence is leaning on Aerith, she will just sort of subtly heal him as she.
Oh, gods.
Yeah,
Julian
I like
has,
with a combination of minor illusion and precipitation, I can just put on a little fucking magic show of Elijah getting
Yeah.
beat in. It's only 6 seconds of him being beat up.
Just him getting his ass handed
It's
to
actually
him.
stick figure representations. Uh,
Tenlis, if you could fast forward to the part.
Everything's extremely detailed except for persistence.
Tenlis, if you could
Fast
fast
forward
forward to the part where I drained the life from her body and cut her in half, I'd appreciate that at least.
Aerith
uh,
thinks this is hilarious. She is
Oh yes, let's
rolling.
fast forward to the time where you took a dying woman and you sucked what was left out of her. Yes, the children will love it.
Gross.
the children are somewhat surprised, as you can imagine. Um, Gabriel still seems game for learning how to fight. He doesn't really understand what you mean when you say that you're a knight of the divine profane. So we'll see how he reacts to all of that.
I mean, I
Julianne is a
took
bit
my
more.
helmet off, so I got my
Yeah.
eyes and all that stuff.
Am I gonna get glowy eyes too? Is that part of the training?
Oh, unfortunately, no. These are something that you are born blessed with.
Oh, so you're a blessed.
In a way.
Cool. I've never met a blessed before.
I've met two. Killed them both.
Pretty sure the priest said that was heresy.
I'm pretty sure I would kill that priest as well.
You want to see some proof, kid? I pull
Uh,
out a
Wanna buy
golden
some
feather.
death sticks?
I
What-
pull out a
Buy
golden
some-
feather.
You want to buy some death sticks, kid?
What is this?
Who are you guys?
We'll tell you when we get there, but we are the group that blew Kaime to hell.
That was you?
That was us.
Let's just say
This
we've
isn't the
took our
fun- This isn't the
pirating
fun pirate stories I was told.
on land.
We've been pirating on land.
And your father has decided to assist us, and you are with us to ensure that he does not change his mind.
You had the cover story, and you're like, "Fuck this cover story."
For
yeah.
what? What was the cover story?
You were like, we're gonna train you guys. You're gonna be learning from us.
Yeah, we
And
are.
then-
Both.
And
They
now
Both
are.
you
is true.
quickly have now navigated to your hostages, by the
Yeah,
way.
both are true.
Julian's just like, that's just like Dad.
Yes, no, I'm not
Kinda
terribly
like
fond of
Theon.
your
It's
father.
kind of like they're basically like Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah. I'm not terribly fond of your father, but I promise you this. We will do our best to actually teach you something useful instead of just his sniveling politics and court swordsmanship.
Uh,
I replay the scene where he got like fucking owned a few times.
Aerith is quietly rolling like she is
It's
having
on
a good
Blu-ray.
time.
Aerith's only regret is that she didn't get to see it in person.
It is, truly.
The main reason the story has to be retold. We got 3 people in the audience here.
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, so Julianne seems more frustrated with the fact that her dad didn't. This is actually something her dad wanted her to do. She thought she was being all cool with her teenage rebellion, and actually she was doing exactly what her dad wanted her to do.
Would I pick that up?
Yes.
I would
Yeah,
look at
it's
it as
very
like,
obvious.
oh, if it makes you feel better, you were not part of the initial arrangement. He was quite upset that we were also taking you with us. The original deal was just with the boy, and that is because you are of an age where you should be learning proper swordsmanship.
Well, that just shows him.
Aye, it does. Agree.
Well, you must have some pretty powerful magic to show me if you blew up a whole castle.
Ugh.
You could say that.
You'll have to ask someone else how that happened. You'll meet him in a few days, I'm sure.
Yes. Oh
All
no.
right.
You'll love. We'll introduce you to Sven. It'll be great.
You just see, like you'll meet him in a few days. You just see Sven barreling down the road. Guys,
Guys, I built a I raised a farm village to the ground. It was so much fun.
you
You should have
guys,
heard their screaming.
we're gonna turn
I'm
it
just a big
on.
flame skull running amok in the countryside. That's- I'm sure somebody's put out a quest bounty on my head in the Empire.
As long as it's not any of our farms, Sven, please.
Oh, of course, of course, of course.
Thank you. And yes, carry on.
It's good to
I've
see
I've I've
hellbound manifestations running around the countryside and doing terror.
Yes.
You guys are literally terrorists.
Oh yeah.
Um.
You know
Okay.
what they
And it's also
say, fear is a weapon.
and it's also
Fear
persistence's
certainly is a weapon.
it's also persistence's thing of like in Savona you can start making oaths at like 6 and 12, and these kids like it's the concept of adulthood and like parents having control or ownership over you doesn't necessarily apply. So persistence just flat out like, hey, this is the deal that your parents sort of roped you into. Uh,
Right.
I am going to treat you like additional people, and if you behave, then you will get this reward, and such. And
Mhm.
then if you want to make like additional oaths or agreement on top of that, like persistence isn't going to carry on manipulating the kids and all that. It's not worth it. Worst case scenario, he'll just like if they really try to rebel or run, he'll just put them in shackles and put them in a dungeon. But so
Okay.
they can have a freedom of choice over how they're going to respond to this.
Okay. Well, they're a little bit less excited about their teenage and tween rebellion. Uh, but
They're
it is still a
literally doing
rebellion of a
rebellion.
sort. They're literally doing a rebellion.
Yeah.
It's both a lot bigger and a lot smaller than they thought it would be, which is really weird. Um, so they're a lot more well, Julian is a lot more thoughtful afterwards. Uh, Gabriel is still excited to learn about swords and fighting, and he seems to be a little bit unsure about fighting on your side. But if his dad says that that's what he should be doing, then he's not really ideologically indoctrinated enough to question that.
And see, Elijah hasn't even offered to try to turn him into a blessed yet.
old is?
Uh, yeah,
How old is he?
12.
12, yeah.
He's 12. How how long has it been since I was Viscount of Batel?
A couple of years.
So he would know who I am.
Yes,
I
he
mean, is there
would.
regular trade between Villaplanche and
And Bateau,
Bateau?
yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Like
So he would
Villaplanche is the
know.
source of the lumber for Bateau's shipyards. So
Yeah.
you
So I
worked
would have
very
definitely
closely
visited
with,
a lot with his dad.
yeah. Yeah.
So he would
So like,
definitely know who I am.
yeah, so they also, I guess you didn't take off your helmet in front of them before, did you?
Nope.
Okay.
And I was in a
He still
separate
hasn't
cart
done
from
it
them on the
yet.
ride back.
Yeah, so they're not
So
going to see
the
you
thing is,
until
like,
you get,
when we get back to Kaime and I exit the cart, I'm not going to have my helmet on.
yeah. But that's not a big deal anymore, right? Because you're out in the open. So if they recognize you, you're not going to just kill them.
No.
Yeah. unlike what would have happened with Soul.
Right.
Okay. So are there any other
Thanks.
conversations you guys want to have on your way back?
No.
No, persistence is just gonna nap. Just he's
Okay.
fed up with it. Just I've had a bad day. I've had a good day, but a bad day.
Yeah. I mean,
I had a good day until that caster beat the hell out of me. Now
you had a
Yeah.
very
everyone's
busy morning.
Even
talking to
after
me.
that, like before and after I got two turned, it was great. Like I did the intimidation for the mayor. I got my ass kicked. I recruited a necromancer. There's just that one. It's
You intimidated
Got
the mayor
jokes made
yeah.
again.
about
The
me.
only thing
He's
that
got
sucks
jokes
Feel
is the
made
better.
about
shit
me.
in the middle of the sandwich.
Aerith is going to be giggling about Persistence getting his ass kicked, all the while healing him and trying not to wake him as he sleeps. But she's laughing at him.
Fine, he deserves it.
Okay. So you guys are making your way back to Kaime. You'll get there in the evening. So presumably you'll start getting everybody settled in.
Yep.
Um,
I put the kids in the mayor's children's rooms, and I would have a talk with Jacques about like, hey, once we defend Kaime from the church and where we have more time to recruit more servants, we should probably hire some professional staff. We're currently relying on some of the former slaves that we have freed, and we are treating them better than their previous masters, but I imagine that some of them do not like being freed from slavery and then being asked to go back to servitude. We should really, whatever, if you want to request some better help from Anton or some other services, I would recommend that we get an official staff and official bodyguards for you. Uh, for now, I will be putting some of the Marines on protection duty for the mansion, but that is a long-term thing I suggest you keep in mind, Sir Cartier.
Right. So, so it seems that we would need professional staff if we're going to keep up their training.
I will.
I feel it would be beneficial to have them on the us,
I bel
unless you want to give them first-hand experience of how well you handle yourself in combat.
For the children, I will. I made a promise to tutor the boy myself to a certain extent. It will not interfere with my other duties. Uh, I don't
I'll
know if
assist with you with this tutoring.
uh, would be very much obliged if you don't have other duties to attend to.
No, not at the moment. Not while we
Yeah.
figure out the next step of what we wish to do.
Uh,
While we
but
wait on Elijah's return.
But for now, I've set them in the children's quarters of the mansion. I've put a guard on them and instructed to keep them safe and keep them within sight. And I am also going to take a bath. Good night, Sir Cartier.
I'll go speak with them.
Tell the boy to be up at early tomorrow morning for our first lesson in swordsmanship.
I'll. It's always a wonderment that you don't have children of your own, Persistence. You have such a way with them.
I might, no one would tell me. And he'd just leave.
Alright, I'm gonna head to the children, where the children are.
okay. They each have their
Aerith
own
is
room.
with them.
Who do you want to talk to first?
Gabriel.
Okay.
Like, I've changed back to my regular armor.
Okay.
Or just in my regular, like, casual
Or so, Aerith, you said you're with them.
clothing.
I'm helping them get settled before I go to bed.
Okay. So I guess they'll uh see you coming in to. I guess they'll have a suite where it's like Or I guess I actually have
I
a map
imagine
for
the
the
mayor
mayor's
had
mansion.
children. Like,
Yeah. Let's see. So Kaime Mayor's Mansion. Here it was.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. So where are you gonna put them up
With
in
Nana
here?
Shimura.
Yeah.
Well, there's a second floor where I assume.
Yeah. We'll just assume it's on the second floor.
Yeah. Actually, unless this
Yeah.
is the master bedroom, this is probably Persistence and Aerith's room, because all the books. There's probably a bigger one upstairs where Jacques is.
With the
Ooh
one
la
bed.
la.
Did
Ooh la la.
Oh, I thought that was that was at the end of the orgy thing.
I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
Did no one else pick up on that? Okay.
No, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess that is your guys' room, and Jacques has a room on the second floor, and the kids would have their own room on the second floor as well. So you would go and see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Aerith is helping them get settled in. They both look up and see you, and Gabriel explains, Viscount Cartier?
I'd sort of just wave my hand at that. So, no, just
Hey, runs and gives you a hug.
return the hug. It is good to see you, Gabriel.
Yeah. So, uh, why'd you stop coming? You visited so often.
I know.
Oh, this kid's sheltered.
Fate had its own scheme for me.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, that is the main reason why you two are here.
That's what Mr. Hilburn said.
Yes. He can be a bit of a professional stick in the mud when it comes to dealing with those that might need a bit more understanding.
I see. Well, he said he's gonna teach me uh, how to fight with swords. I mean, I've had some lessons, but
I understand. I have seen your lessons. I have seen your practice. I will be assisting Mr. Hilburn with that.
mhm. um, let's see. Julianne is, I guess, probably more interested in talking to Aerith at this point. She's Aerith is the coolest person she's met in the party so far. It's not all,
Yeah.
yeah,
Aerith would, yeah. Actually, Aerith would
yeah.
want to speak to her as well.
Okay. What do you have anything particular you want to say?
She's. Hey, Julian. About earlier. I'm sorry I yelled at you. That wasn't kind of me. And I don't normally yell. I'm not. Well, unless you're one of those idiots out there, you know. But and she gives like a
Yeah,
conspiratorial smile.
I know. Gabriel can be pretty stubborn too.
But it wasn't nice of me, and I'm genuinely sorry that I raised my voice. You're an adult,
Well,
and I should treat you like one, and
I
you know
guess
what
it
you were
makes
doing,
I guess it makes more sense why you would be concerned now, given all of this.
right?
Uh,
I'm not persistent. Sir persistence. I couldn't just be like, oh, we're running a rebellion. She like pretends to be persistence. It just
uh-huh.
like sort of does the. She knows how girl talk works. She was a 16-year-old girl once.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, she mocks persistence quietly.
Hmm. Julian appears to appreciate that. Just like, well, so I mean, where are we gonna go from here? Like,
Uh,
So,
it's at about that time that Minsk is going to come into the room with his arms full of subversive materials.
oh no.
ooh, books. Forbidden books, my favorite.
You said you're
Those are
interested in
not
learning
books.
earlier.
Those are
I have.
pamphlets.
No, he
No,
handed
no.
her like the pamphlet earlier, but now that he's back where he's got all the stuff, now it's
You want
book.
to see the UDDC? Here's the propaganda.
Where did he get them?
He said he had
He's
some delivered. He did actually mention that
Oh
before.
gods.
he's literally the propaganda ministry. He wants the problem for him now is that he can only get limited materials brought from the submarine, which is why he wants to set up an active printing press somewhere. But beyond that, even as she's asking, where they come from here, he's coming in. I have all of the materials you'll need to expand your mind to the vast language of the dialectic. Such things as your parents would absolutely never want you to learn about.
Now,
Hey,
this is the kind of forbidden lore that I want to learn as a wizard.
all right, but to answer your question, she's like laughing at Minx.
He's just going to be like laying out various books because he just doesn't know which one she wants to read first.
It might get a little scary coming up here soon.
And I have posters. He has no idea what they're talking about, and he's just like unveiling various of like the inspiring people's posters that she can hang on the walls if she wants.
There's those like Russian Chinese like
Oh yes, yeah,
communist propaganda
the
posters.
solidarity posters.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got some of those too, and she's like, "Ooh, I might take some of
Oh,
these."
yeah.
I love this.
Oh, box-shaped gentleman.
Minx, we're talking about what's gonna come next.
Well,
For them.
first she's gonna have to read all of these. I don't want her to get more advanced until she's got the basics handled.
I understand. No, I meant with the resistance, the revolution.
Oh. Well, I wasn't planning on having her fight on the front lines, if that's what you're wondering.
No, that's not what I was saying at all. She wants.
We're all in the same room, right?
No, we're in a.
No, we're.
Because you're the two of them are in Julian's room. You're in Gabriel's room.
Gabriel's room.
So you
Yeah.
probably heard all this because don't think Minx was being quiet.
Yeah. So
During the time while he's peddling his propaganda wares is when I produced a small training short sword for Gabriel.
All right.
he gives it a couple of somewhat practiced swings.
Didn't he already have a sword?
He did,
The
yeah.
big sword.
It was a wooden sword.
Yeah, but you're gonna train him. You're gonna start.
I'm not doing it
Wooden
now.
sword, yeah, no,
I'm
this
not
one is
doing
like
it now
the-
because I don't want to mess up Jock's training sword. But I thought he had like an actual oh, my daddy bought me my first real sword, and Persistence was gonna all right, show me what you got, and he was gonna cut that sword in half and kick him in the chest as the first
No.
lesson.
This is why Jock is going to assist you with the training.
Yeah.
We're gonna have our Witcher obstacle course where she's gonna have to run around and get her fucking ribbons broken.
You're
But
going
in
to bleed, and flowers are going to grow from it.
Ugh.
You're a
Gross.
special boy.
Well, when I start to hear all of this nonsense, I'm going to say, look, let us go speak with your sister. There is something that I do need both of you to be made very clear and aware of.
Aerith
all
just
right.
wants to finish a sentence, y'all. Go away.
Yeah, let's let Aerith finish a sentence.
she
Finish your
does look
thing.
at Minx, and she was just like, in all seriousness, there's going to be a fight here, a big one. And I will do everything in my power to make sure that you and your brother are not touched. But it might get a little loud.
Well, I mean, I did sign up for adventure, so.
You did? And what's more adventure? What says adventure more than daring battles and heroes conquering evil? Huh?
Well, I don't know all about that, but I am interested in this economic theory and the dialectic of history here.
I present to you the next school of magic, economics.
I mean, that's an elective at Kasani, so. Arithmancy? Yeah, sure.
Well,
Yeah.
there is certainly much to be learned about this. When you are ready for the next level, I can even introduce you to those who practice it more regularly.
Well, it looks like I've got a lot of reading to do.
And of course, feel free to ask any questions. I can answer
Hmm.
any of them.
I can also answer them, but they'd probably be wrong. So you probably shouldn't ask me.
I see. Well, I mean, you also do magic and stuff too, right? Like, what is? Are you also the Sfarist? That's what you're calling this philosophy? Yes,
Yes, the Tvarism, indeed.
no,
Sfarism.
Tvarism.
Sfarism.
Tvarism.
Tvarism. Sorry, I haven't learned Draconic.
That's fine. These are all printed in common for this reason.
but no, I don't. Um, I follow, let's say, the beginnings of a religion.
Beginnings.
The beginning of a religion? Isn't?
Mhm.
Aren't the gods eternal? They always have existed and they always will exist.
I guess you could think about it like that. But more aptly, I think this might be a conversation for a different time. Let's just
Hmm.
say I know someone who's going to be a god.
I know someone who's on the up and up.
Is that even possible?
I
Knowing someone
suppose
or being
we'll
a
find
god?
out.
Uh,
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z.
On
that
Dragon Ball
is
Z.
that's pretty ambitious. I mean,
Mission.
I can see that, but haven't you ever wanted to be something with your whole soul?
I mean, yeah, but like,
Well, he won. He wants to be a god. What says he can't do it? Like,
hmm. Well, I don't know how that would work. Uh, but if he manages it, I'll be interested to find out.
you'll be the first I'll tell.
All right, I'll hold you to that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is this when Jack comes into like this wild
if you're done talking to
Yeah.
her, okay. Yeah, so Jacques comes in and he has a conversation he wants to have.
Yay, we're all here. Persistence, come back.
I want a bath.
Yeah, Persistence is taking a bath. You guys are handling the kids.
Julian, Gabriel, if you all
We have a
need,
bathroom. Get in there, love.
if you all need or require anything, please seek one of us out, and we will assist you in any way that we can.
Probably specifically these us three. That
I
might be your best bet.
understand persistence was forward with how things were or how things might seem. You are not here to be hung over your father's head to make sure that he does what we want him to. That is not the reasoning with this.
Uh,
We we seek a better world free of the Alvarez Empire.
and I suppose that makes sense. What with starting this rebellion and everything, but I mean, uh, Viscount Cartier, you were a noble of the Empire. You helped rule their territory. You commanded their armies. Why this? What caused you to change your mind?
The regret that I had made a very bad decision and followed the wrong people.
And
With how the Empire treats its subjects, it is an ideal that I could no longer truly follow.
I mean, and for that you would do all of this. I mean, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but like, it's already a lot of people have died.
Yes, it is horrific, truly, to think about. It is saddening that so much life has to be lost for the betterment of those who remain. But with tough decisions needs understanding that who those who follow this and follow us and may lay their lives down for us, we can't let their loss be in vain. They fought for a better world that they won't get to see. So we need to make sure that we make that happen.
Mm. You must really care about these people.
Yes, you two are part of that group. I care about you both as well. You both have been grand friends to my children.
Yes, are they here? Can we see them? We
Sadly,
haven't
they
heard
are not
anything about them
here.
for a while.
I know. Sadly, they are not here. When they, when I have them safely returned here, I will be sure that you all can spend plenty of time together. I'm sure Aerith would love to have her hands full dealing with a few teenage girls in this room, in this house.
Aerith smiles softly.
But for now, the hour is late. You two very much should get some rest, especially you, Gabriel. Persistence is, well, persistent about this training. And so, first light, we will be up and practicing.
But I don't feel tired.
Hey, come
Like,
on.
what time is it? We went
That,
across country, so I'm not quite sure.
No,
We got here at
yeah,
nightfall, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I
and
Only
like, and I
understand.
think
imagine.
summer
The
nightfall. So
I understand the excitement of the adventure that might be in front of you can stir one to constant action and alertness, but trust me, you will need all the rest that you can get for tomorrow.
It's me. I'm with him on this one. I promise I'll come get you before Persistence does. And she like stands up and extends her hand to Gabriel, like and waggles her fingers. She's like, "Come on."
All right. And he comes with you uh, to go to bed. And
And I
Julian,
turn around and wink at Julian, just like a conspiratorial wink at
mhm,
Julian, and smile, and then leave.
uh, yeah, she'll smile back. She says, well, I have a lot of reading to do, so I'll be taking these. And she just stacks up all the books in a big pile and says to Minx, when you get back from your next adventure, we'll have we can talk more deeply about these topics.
I would certainly be on board for this idea, comrade.
After tucking Gabriel in, I'm gonna catch Jock in the hallway real fast. Hey, I was thinking about it. I don't think any of us are equipped to teach her the magic she needs. or the training she needs for the magic she does have. But
That
yeah,
of the arcane?
I specifically divination.
Yes, sadly, back in my time in Bateau, we had tutors for any inkling of magic efficiency.
How long did
So
it
we
take
might
us
have
to get?
to reach out to see if there might be someone that we can. But
Are you talking reaching out to Anton
I'm
or
not sure at the moment. For now, I would say we could look more earnestly once this whole business that is about to be on our doorstep is handled.
I only asked because I could write to Jacob. He does this kind of stuff. I mean,
I
you
would
would know Jacob. Jacob is Aerith's best
I
friend.
would greatly appreciate Jacob's input, and who knows, if he wishes to volunteer, I will not say no.
All right, I'll write to Jacob. But now, I think I'm in a desperate need for a bath, so I'm gonna head off.
You have a good night.
You as well.
I'm gonna head out to like a balcony, like a patio or something. Just have a pipe and smoke.
Okay. Yeah, you have a quiet moment out on the balcony. The skies are clear. You can see the stars above you. The lights in the town uh, don't provide too much light pollution, so you're able to get a good view of the stars. And you are able to have some thoughts to yourself. What is Jacques feeling at this moment?
The moment that he knows that he's like truly alone and no one can hear him, that's when like the tears are gonna flow and he's gonna start having just sort of crying a little bit from just heartache and missing his family and worry and all of that of their well-being and where they could be. Um, the thoughts of this rebellion, where it could all go wrong, go right, what all is needing to be done, these necessary evils that he has to swallow for this all to continue. And just he'll pull out that missive again about where is it? I think it's just about the Blackwood from Jeffrey, yeah, about Blackwood. It's just he like tries not to crumple and rip the paper in this sort of just sad anger. Um, but he's just he is surrounded by all these people and he feels very much alone right now.
Okay. So someone else who is also alone at the moment. So we leave Jacques behind with his thoughts and his regrets and his fears for the future, uh, and travel back to Villa Planche. It is nighttime, and a killer stalks the roofs of the town.
And the Batman rises.
More like Conrad Kurz, but
Yes,
Da-dun, da-dun, da-da-dun,
Conrad Kurz, the Night
da-da-da,
Lord.
da-da-dun, da-da-da-da-da-da.
so Elijah, how are you approaching your assassination tasks?
So I've spent the day kind of scouting them out, figuring out where they live, who they live with, um,
Mhm.
seeing if there are, in fact, any security or guards on either of them.
Yeah. So the two that you know you need to take care of, um, so I'll bring them up so I can remind myself about them. Plush, assassination targets. Uh, let's see. So Bruno is being taken care of by the justice system. Uh, Inigo Ferreira has a little apartment in the small imperial courthouse that handles legal affairs within Villaplanche. As the magistrate, it's his responsibility to pass judgment on various criminals uh, as the lead lawman of the town. And you are across the street, and you can see through a window he is having dinner with his wife. They're having a quiet evening. A halfling chef is serving them their meal, and
Stealing
then
their rerolls.
yes, uh, and then moves into the kitchen, and they're having a quiet evening together, just chatting.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait and let them go to sleep, but I'm gonna get up on the rooftop, kind of lay down
hmm
up on the roof.
So you're on the roof. You wait for a while. You listen through the roof, and you hear the sounds of them uh, getting ready for bed. And then uh, the light is no longer streaming out of the window, so all is quiet.
Okay, I guess it's time to slip in.
hmm the window is locked, but you are an expert at jimmying these things open, so you're able to unlock it and silently step in to their apartment.
Cool. I'm
Uh,
gonna slide over to the bed where I assume they're both sleeping.
yes, you can see two sleeping forms in their bedroom.
Okay, he's gonna kind of roll his shoulders and pull out two blades, um, and then he's going to slide the blade into the throat of his target and attempt to like pin his arms down while he's like watching the wife, trying to keep her from being awoken, because he's gonna
Make
try to just kill his target.
make a stealth check.
Not great.
Okay, she's gonna make a perception check at disadvantage because she's asleep.
Do you have reliable that's a level 10 thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see. She does not wake up. You uh, Ferreira though is his eyes are wide open. He's choking on his blood and the knife in his throat, and you're holding him still with your inhuman strength. And his eyes meet yours in a moment of terror and confusion uh, before they are staring past you, and he's dead.
As that's happening, I lean real close to his ear and go, "I won't harm her. Sleep."
Uh, it's hard to tell if that helped or not,
I don't
uh,
know.
but you said it.
Yep. And then I'm going to step back, walk over to his desk, and find some of his writing.
hmm
And I'm going to attempt to forge a note, a suicide note, real quick, and then leave his hand wrapped around the hilt of the blade.
Okay. You have you're proficient with the forger's kit, right?
I am.
Okay. Go ahead and roll um, your forgery.
Not great, but
Okay.
I might fool someone that doesn't look too closely.
Yeah,
Seeing
I
as I
mean,
assuming that
Considering we own the
the mayor
cops,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
assuming the mayor is probably going to install someone that he wants
Well,
in that position.
they're probably
as
It's
not
long
gonna
as
look into it.
as long as they don't check this letter
As
correctly and
long as
don't
they don't
squint
think,
and know how to read.
yes, the perfect way to commit suicide: stab myself in the throat while in bed with my wife.
Yeah.
As long as
Like
they
I would
don't
have,
know how to read.
like I thought you were gonna put like I plan to leave my wife and kill her or something like that. Like that would have been a
No,
smarter idea.
I want her to be able to walk away from this. She's not my target. I have nothing against her. I have no reason to kill her.
I highly doubt she's going to come out of this unscathed once the mayor is cleaning up loose ends, but okay.
Yeah, also
Maybe.
the fact that she's gonna wake up in bed with her dead husband next to her with his blood soaking the sheets.
He's gonna wake up in 10 minutes and be like, it's really wet in here. What the fuck?
Oh, honey, did you wet the bed again? Oh, God!
Oh, there's going to be emotional scarring, but hopefully she'll survive it or run. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna slip
What do you,
back out the window.
so what are you making the note say?
All my crypt
Actually,
coin crashed. No.
All my apes gone.
Every
This
ape
could be
slurped.
funny.
Coin dropped, like
This
my
could be
NFT
actually
got
fairly
hacked.
amusing. I'm not gonna make it a suicide note.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I'm gonna write
Here
it
we go.
kind of in a scribble, and that's part of why I'm gonna have the sleight of hand fail a little bit as I'm forging it. I'm gonna write it in a scribble like he was hurriedly sketching this out. I'm gonna make it like a conspiracy love note about the mayor, about how he's convinced that the mayor is starting to come after him.
Oh. I thought he was about to be like, House Dumont did this to me.
Oh no, that's the next target. Don't worry.
So you're leaving a note that makes it look like he was killed because the mayor tried to kill him.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him like I'm gonna make it like I think the mayor is going to
Out to
have
get
me
me.
murdered. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You genius
I've been in his way for
bastard.
too long. Just like I don't really like this mayor,
Why?
and if he gets deposed,
Okay.
I'd be amused.
Okay, but Elijah realizes that we need the mayor in the short term, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the thing. Something like this is going to need time to get traction.
This is more. I see this as like
But here's the
going to
thing: the
set up.
mayor is going to out in the open attack the crusade for us and then join us openly. Like,
Yeah.
if Elijah wants to make that call, that's fine. I just want you, the player, to know what the circumstances are. Like,
Oh, absolutely.
the-
That's the thing. Elijah wants to use him short term and get control of his armies. Elijah's also very interested in seeing him die in the next 3 months.
we have his children.
Uh-huh.
Whatever. All right.
Well, we have
And
his children.
I'm not sure that makes it better. I'm not quite following the logic here.
It makes it safer if the mayor tries anything against us. Like, he doesn't know we're
Yep.
going to do
Yeah.
with the kids. I don't think it's optimal, but it's Elijah's
Okay.
choice. So
Yep. Once all of his men are also labeled traitors, we don't really need him. They'll continue fighting for us just because they have no other choice.
all right.
I mean, yeah. But do you really want to start down that road now?
It's Elijah. Like, it's his.
Yeah.
He's got his own beef against the nobility and all that stuff. So.
Sure.
He does.
And Persistence trusted him and gave him a lot of leeway. We'll see how that
Hashtag
choice
eat the
leads.
rich,
Yeah.
eat the rich, and you left him alone. What the hell
I
is
told him
going
to
on
kill some
now?
people, and I told him to kill some people as a favor to the mayor. Like, I did not.
As long as I don't get blamed for this.
I'm sorry.
Damn
You
it,
left
Tantalus!
him alone. You never thought for a moment that maybe he would need a handler.
He has. Ugh.
Most assassins do. Okay, I'm gonna slip back out the window and head to my next target.
Okay. As you're making your way along the rooftops, you hear in the distance. And lights go on.
Too. And I'm gonna keep scurrying across my rooftops.
Okay. So you're making your way across the city to your next target that you've been casing all day as well.
Mhm.
Andre, who is spending the day at the Sirius Orc.
Oh hey, this place.
Yep. But is now making his way home to his cottage out in the woods on the outskirts of town. And he's gonna be you've timed it so that he'll be passing by you on the road as he's heading home, and he should be slightly drunk.
Oh yeah, that'd be perfect because that way I can hit him
Yeah.
before he even gets home.
Yeah. And so you're in position and you're waiting for him. it is now very late.
Quick question: what does Andre do? Why did the mayor want him dead?
Andre is the leader of the Woodcutters Union, so he's like the leader of the workers.
Oh, that's a pity. Do I want to murder him?
Yeah.
Sounds like we
Yeah,
should
I
have went
think
in
I
that inn.
Kill myself. What in God's name?
I wanted to draw his eyes in fear. I'm gonna kill myself, wife, Mayor
Hell is on his
Mean.
forehead.
Hmm.
Third eye.
Yeah.
So you
I'm not
are.
sure what's unclear about that, Rack.
But why does he look weird?
Why does
Why
he
would he
look
not
weird?
look weird?
Oh, the guy that you drew.
No, no. You want to know what's weird? Why is Jock in Persistence and Aerith's bedroom?
Is that my room?
No, you're on the top
No.
floor. That's
I thought this
Yeah,
was
we
the
we,
living
we
room.
That's our
retconned
room.
it.
Where
There's
he's
only a one-floor map.
there's stairs.
Yeah, yeah. There's stairs up to
You
the
have
top
the
floor.
much bigger, fancier room on the second floor that we just don't have the assets for.
I'm gonna give him some hair.
Looks like
Uh,
Forks. It looks
let's
like
see.
Rick.
I mean, Jock can join us if he wants to. That's up to you.
Oh wait. Yeah, we gotta add more Rick here.
If that was going to happen, he would have joined with the comedy.
So I'm gonna be
S-
dropping him from from the side of the road from behind a tree.
Okay. So, yeah. So you throw the dart, and you see it hits him dead center in the chest, and he staggers. And he goes down onto his knees. He's not quite dead yet.
Okay, I'm gonna. I guess does he notice me hit him?
He let's see, what did you get your stealth? 22? He is much too distracted with having a dart sticking out of his chest than to look around. I mean, he knows that there's somebody around here trying to kill him, and uh, but he's bleeding out. He's got his hand putting pressure on the wound, trying to keep the blood inside. And his other hand is going to his woodsman's axe. But you can tell that his both his inebriated state and his rapid losing of blood is causing him to be a little bit uncoordinated, and his grip on the axe is very weak.
Okay, I'm gonna step out from behind the tree and start walking up toward him. No weapons in my hands.
Hmm.
You have time for final words. Who would you have
Why?
replace you?
Uh, Hang on.
Why is there just a cannon?
Uh, Carmen.
It's a display piece.
And I'm gonna pull out a piece of paper and a pen. Write quickly your recommendation so that I may pass it along to your guild. I was only told to kill one. Whether or not your replacement is a problem for the one who hired me isn't my problem.
Why?
And in your position, you've had to make deals you didn't enjoy for the people. I'm doing the same. If I'm going to tear down the leaders, I'm going to need some of them for a while. Not long, hopefully. But you got in the way of one that I need. And trust me, he will follow you to hell before long.
I'll see you there.
Tell death I say hello. And he's gonna just very slightly grin as if he misses death. But yeah, so he's going to take that and
Hmm. He collapses into the road. The blood soaking into the soil underneath him.
after he's dead, but before it can start fully draining out, Elijah's going to hoist him up, bite down on his neck, and drain him,
Okay.
and leave him obviously completely drained of blood
Okay. Just in the middle of the road.
in the middle of the road,
Okay.
as if some some blessed or some other damn fear just With that, Akira got hungry, just like they always do.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then he's going to swing by the guild headquarters and drop that letter off.
Okay. There's a
Just
little slot for letters.
Yep.
I hope you
There's a
read it
couple of
before you
bloodstains
drop it
on it.
off.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have very much time, so he just basically says, I recommend Carmen Sands as next leader of the Woodcutters Guild. Signed.
This does not sound like a coup or something at all.
Yeah.
No, that's the thing.
Andre.
Is I'm doing what the mayor asked us to do, and I'm giving him enough power to make this worth it because the people are still out of his way. But I don't want to give him power for long.
Mm-hmm. You want to intentionally make it precarious.
Yep. I want him to need us more than ever, not less.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yep.
He's going to
John
need
Oldman.
he's going to need powerful backers. Period.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, with your bloody work done, what do you do now?
Oh. I'm gonna make sure real quick that my third target is in fact in prison.
Okay. So you're gonna want to go to the county jail, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Um. Yeah. So you get to the jail, and you arrive there in time to see Bruno in cuffs being brought in by the mayor's men. Some of you, like you recognize it. Who would do that? That's like, yeah, Dominique is bringing him in cuffs along with some of his own militia members, and Bruno is absolutely raving about it, saying that it wasn't his fault, uh, that it wasn't his responsibility to sweep the catacombs. He didn't murder the judge. He didn't do any of this other stuff that they're blaming him for. And Dominique just says to him as he comes in, is like, "Save it. It's not gonna help."
So the mayor's already pinning the murder of the judge on him too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful work. Nothing less than what I expect from a man like that. Oh, that's well done.
Yeah, he
I'm
basically was like, "Oh, somebody's trying to frame me for murder. Well, I'll frame them right back then."
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. Well, at least I did one thing that's actually gonna have some holding, hopefully, if the replacement goes into position. But still.
I mean,
Okay. Well.
I also assume that once you're back, like at very least, you, myself, and Jacques are going to have a conversation about Persistence made deals because he was in, like, that was his role in that meeting, but it's like, hey, what are we actually doing with this guy? Because you're the
Yeah.
ones with emotional investments in this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I very much want to have a conversation with Jacques myself about long-term goal.
That sounds like an excellent thing to do, either over Discord,
Oh.
since we are at midnight,
Mhm.
or during next session. So
Yeah.
probably next
Yeah.
session, I think.
But after that, I'm gonna get a horse and ride like hell back for camp.
Okay. So you are you just stealing a horse or what?
Oh, I would have had one pulled aside from the mayor's stock,
Okay.
just
Okay.
like all
Yeah.
the other
So
ones we borrowed.
you mount the horse and you ride for Kaime, under cover of darkness. Uh, the stars above, the only witness to your crimes.
I can't believe you killed this
Right.
man.
Okay. Cool. Well, target's down.
Yep. All right, and we will open next week with some heart to hearts between all of you guys about where you want to go from here, and what your long-term goals are. So that'll be some nice role playing between all of you guys.
Woo!
All right.
Go team win. This phase gets more and more horrifying the more you mess with it.
I
Yes, it
hate
does.
it.
He had a third eye, man. This is the
Okay.
most human looking face.
Which
This is the
somehow
guy getting
makes it
stabbed in the
worse.
throat next to his wife.
And
And
on
then he
that
got
note,
shot in the head by a cannon.